It's a song from the Binding of Isaac anti-burst mode. So aspects, right? The thing is, you could try tiering in a simple way. Like Paradoxica 50 Chaos easily goes into tier 1, right? So you can basically don't need any complex tiering there. You can just say, if price is high, put it in this tier. But what about something like Arakalis Fang? Well, Arakalis Fang is valuable, so you want to put it in a high tier. But what about Consuming Dark? Because both items need to be highlighted in the same way. So how do we highlight this item if in one item is bad and one item is good? The trick to that is often aspects, because they provide the filter with special information required to decide what to do with an item. For instance, if you take a look at the Spirant Wand, you see Relic of the Pact being 400 chaos, but this item is basically lowly tiered. Why? Because this thing only drops from a boss. So aspects provide meta information to the tiering algorithm that basically says, well, before you put this based on the price, please consider special information about how this item works. Today, in order to get the unique tiering right, we will have to review a bunch of aspects. So what I want to do is I want to first search by the buff aspects. These are uniques that have been buffed over the past leaks. And we also have the nerf aspect.
Hello, G-Drum.
And we also have the nerf aspect.
Hello, G-Drum.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete those aspects from the filter. So I'm going to select one of these items.
Hi. Hello, Albert.
No, wait, no. We're in the wrong screen. We are gonna select the aspect
boy.
buff.
Hello, boy.
We're gonna select the aspect nerf. And we're gonna remove it. Now I probably need to add a message box there. I might have implemented this feature like 30 minutes before the start of the stream. Might have. But there's no guarantee. I would never do something so irresponsible, right? Never. So let's see if this works. So now we're gonna save all of the aspect. That cough is annoying. Save all of the aspect information. Yeah, that's it, yeah. So now we're gonna see if that aspect works. So you can see there was this old aspect and was removed. That's good. On top of that, I wanna remove all of the aspect called strong aspect. And I wanna remove all of the aspect called reworked. Because these aspects no longer apply in this patch. They have been already integrated. We don't need them now. And we're gonna save the aspects again. And we can see there's even more changes now. Like this aspect file is now full of changes. So we're gonna commit these changes now. Big Mac, stop talking truth to the people. Remove all aspects. Okay. Now, if you're gonna restart this too, the paradox advantage here is it's my repository. If the only thing that is gonna deny my repository is the pipeline, but it sometimes does. It sometimes crashes if I mess up. Okay, so unique generic only changed. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of changes because all of these aspects are now gone. That's wonderful. There we Have you considered adding blacksmith armors in the leveling filter?
Hello,
Yeah,
Rents.
they are already in the leveling filter.
This is a very rare occasion. Carl playing the game on launch.
Just as a note, when I'm developing in a team, like in a larger team on a project, I
Now,
would
if only
not
never,
work with
now,
this
if only
kind of
Neversink could work fucking faster.
strategy.
If only he could work fucking faster. When are we on this? It's 5 hours to launch. 5 hours and 35 minutes to launch.
Ralph, Paradox, Yadris, The Old Geek, Slevins, Helion, and Amateur Consumption, guys. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Right, so, where was I? So, what comes next? I think he won't be silent. Like, there's no chance about it anyway. Yeah, Topnak is now taking power. Right, so something I've done is I've asked, we have a Filter Blade team. It's a small team on our Discord who I'm super thankful, and most of them are here in the Discord in the Twitch stream right now and are capable of banning you. And they have full power to abuse their power. That's how I pay them back. So I asked them to compile once again all of the changes related to divination card and uniques. So we are going to think about what items need to have early league highlight, what items need to get buffed and nerfed and moved around in the tier list. So the first thing we're gonna do is so Melantos has done a lot of work here, so I'm super thankful to him. And let's take a look at these things. So let's start out with the unique, and we'll start with checking out Heretic's Veil. The Heretic's Veil unique now has +2 to levels of the Socketed Curse Gems, previously +1, and Socketed Curse Gems now have 30% increased reservation instead of 20%. Now the question is, does that mean that it's going to be worth something at the start of the league? I personally don't know. I would believe it's worth something. I think there will be a few people trying to make something work. I personally am going to run Hex Blast as a starter. I'm going to run Hex Blast Traps. I'm going to call it Trap Blasting. I think there's nothing wrong with that name. And I don't think it's going to be very valuable, but I'm going to give it the early league aspect so that it's not hit.
Website's still not up.
Alright, next up, Cosprey Swill. Now, Cosprey Swill has unique body armor, now has more evasion, and always poison on hit against cursed enemies. And it was previously a 60% chance. Honestly, it's kinda awesome. You know, it really is kind of awesome. Now that I think about that, I'm actually considering using it in my build. Like, seriously. I'm going to go for a trapped poison blaster. And why, if I'm gonna go for something like Trickster, it's not bad. I can skip all of the poison shen stuff, but guys, thank you so much for your help. I'm gonna put it on early league interest. I don't think it needs more than that. I think it's gonna be a little bit worth more than usual. I don't think it's gonna be much use. Ilfeban's Trickery. Now, Ilfeband doesn't need any help. With Crown of Ice being a popular starting unique, or popular unique in general, it will be highlighted quite well, but I think it has been buffed quite a bit. Now it says curse enemies which hit you with a random hex ignoring curse limit. Now this sounds like something abusable, really, something really, really abusable. I don't know. In all honesty, I think it's quite awesome. Basically, if you will be constantly hit by an enemy, or if you can sometimes manage to get hit by enemies, I don't think you can make it work, but I don't know. You will
Oh god, it's just waiting. We
We
all have to wait for this finished man to finish with the tags on the items so we can start setting our filters.
The buff aspect is
I need him to work faster.
We are also not gonna take a look at the buff aspect right now. We have to go like layer.
Oh god.
So I don't think we need you to do anything else.
Meanwhile, how is everyone? How you doing?
And then we have
How's your
the
penis?
Bellborg Fang unique.
How's your tits?
Now, of course, it's unique.
Nibbles perky? Tip flavorful? I assume the answer is yes. Everybody in my audience should be based.
The enemy's curse take by use take 35% damage. 25% of the curse duration expired. Oh wait, and enemies hindered by and enemies cursed by you take 35% damage if 75% curse duration expired. This is trash.
As far as I know. Far as you know.
Anyone in the world
You haven't confirmed if you have a flavorful tip. Lord.
I personally don't see it as useful. Maybe I'm missing something. I mean, it has some AoE. Yeah, I don't see it. Doesn't seem like you can actually make it work. There's like nothing that can say, well, your curses start with 25% of the duration or something like that. So it is pretty bad. Unless there's some new unique or something we miss, I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think it needs any help. Right. Next up. Replica Doedriel's Damning now has 10 to 15% curse effect. This is a bit rough of a change to evaluate. The thing about this ring is...
Oh, that's what they mean by mobile.
And curse effect itself is more powerful.
That's booty in the ass. Well, see if I can get this started up for TikTok.
I think it's going to be valuable at the start, as in usable at the start. So it's going to keep its early league thing. But I don't think it needs any kind of treatment. And the Jinx Juju unique amulet no longer has curse effect.
I'm gonna need a Karmic tube for that.
Now has
or at least something to jam back there.
More aura effect. Okay.
That doesn't work.
More or less the same.
That doesn't work.
I think it will be used by some other people, so it's gonna be going more on
that can work.
Aura people than the curse people, and still has a 10% damage reduction.
There's the biscuit. There's the goodness of the biscuit. Where's my jacket?
A lot of use.
Right here.
Again, I don't think it's gonna be seeing no use. That's fine. So we are done with these changes. Now we come, I think, to the actually larger changes. So the ones where we actually need to put some thought and some work into that. So the first thing I've done is I've actually saved this file already. So we can potentially restart this application. And we potentially have to. So if I take a look at something like Arterius Disfavor, it is just a boss.
Thermostat stats ready.
Actually do anything about that item. But I feel like it has been very, very strongly buffed. So it's still gonna stay. It needs to go into a different tier. It needs to go into a unique tier. Strong buff to it. I need to review how this works. So let's take a look at the code. So what happens to the beer? A terrible accident.
Pockets.
It wasn't intentional, but as of right now, I'm a business person. Story time. Yeah, I use this trim. I don't know. I forgot the word again.
Face away from the doorway.
Beard machine where you can put a distance there, and it has this protection thing. The accidentally put beard So yeah, like cut off a bit of the beard here.
The desk is a mess.
And the trim. It just looked weird. I have no idea about the English words. I never use this English word, so I'm just like inventing things. But yeah, my build got overly filtered, guys. It's a uber strict beard right now. I personally would like to go back to semi-strict. I'm not happy with the situation. Blade guard. I think that sounds good. And it has blade in the name, so that's good.
To access nearby devices. Allow a define, connect to, and earn the relevant position of devices in your room. Can you give China access to your devices? Lord. There we go.
Okay, but that's the wrong field, wrong file.
You are now live, Carl.
We need to go to the unique group. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Define conditional logic. This is the local custom hack. Oh yeah, I know this one.
Hello. Hello, hi.
I call that the screw prophecy hack.
Hello, people on TikTok. You guys are last to the party. Everybody else is already here, technically.
I want to imitate the fact that a unique is strong. So what we're gonna do is, if a unique is acquire item weight, where's this code? And we call this everywhere here. Get droppable price data. Where's this code in the multi group? Wonderful.
My need is to do the link. Yes, I have more save still. Okay, cool.
This is insufficient. I need a little bit more than that.
Hello, hello, hi, hello, hello, hi.
Get weighted lowest price. I need a function that basically takes an item and then returns out of that a certain price that is used to acquire item weight with that.
Hello, hello, hi, hello, hello, hi. Get this link up.
How is that works? Price, item list.
Make sure everything's right. Yes, good. Nothing off. Add this comment here. Thank you for the wave. Hello. Character, of course. Clipboard.
Will that work?
I take out the ones I want. No, apparently I have to type each one myself.
Do I even need that?
Hello, hello, hi. Hi and hello. Wish I had my own stream key for my channel, but unfortunately I do not have it yet. So we're going with a very janky setup for stream today. We are streaming on at least 5 platforms. We're currently waiting for SAC-TUM to start. That is the new League of Path of Exile. Those of you who saw the most recent TikTok saw the bumper that I made for Carl at home. That is what we're doing today. At least we're setting up within the next... This is not the hand my watch is on. 5-ish hours. I have 5.5 hours to see if anyone else that I have working with me on this is going to be talking and meeting up today, and then we're seeing what we do from there. One of them, well, 2 of them. 2 of them live in Europe, so that's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's actually corrected by Copilot. Copilot once again replaces me thinking.
Seeing a lot of familiar names.
So,
hello.
let's skip the Diablo 2 music. I think it's a very long track. Guys, thank you so much for the support and the bits. We'll go through all the support things in a second. Thank you so much, Ray. Get rate of lowest price. So we basically go take an item, see if it's chaos price, acquire the weight. The question is, can we just do that? How is the lowest price calculated? It's not exactly as simple as just taking the lowest price value, I think. Because there is this lowest price enrichment, which basically takes a specific item, but it can't contain a certain aspect. So this is dangerous. This is a very dangerous... I'm writing something that might backfire. I'm a little bit worried about that. So let's think about it some more.
Why is Markiplier trending? Lord help me. Please let this not be about his OnlyFans.
Okay, let's try it.
I see. They removed his OnlyFans. Interesting.
If
oh Lord. So basically, it's a bunch of people who are upset that they're not able to see Markiplier's cock. Got it. Got it. Did not need to see that on Twitter. Okay.
Instead, we're going to be returning this.
What about Pete Davidson?
Much safer. Otherwise,
Lord.
What does it suggest? Yuck, no. A skip aspect evaluation during early league for lowest price.
Interesting.
Position. Otherwise,
women have 3 life options: date, comment, fuck Pete Davidson, or have a baby with Nick Cannon. Wild. Wild.
And now we're gonna also do this thing. If lowest price divided by
Eli Manning and Pete Davidson start Instagram account. Don't care. Instantaneously don't care.
This is either
What else is happening on Twitter?
how to find out what the fraction is.
Porn, lots of porn. Exceptional levels of porn.
I think there's some way to summarize.
Jesus Christ, people are horny on a Friday. It's ridiculous. What are these people fapping to? I shouldn't be that surprised. I really shouldn't be, but it is what it is, I suppose.
Okay, let's see if that works.
He's cute for a black, I guess. That's what my ex-fiance said too. That's what I say to myself every single day. If you weren't adorable, women would hate you, Carl.
But it's not limited to...
The glasses help, though.
God, there's so many of you. I think Pink Bunny, Demon, SM Bizzle. I feel you in a beard thing. Yeah, sorry about to hear that as well.
Black lives kind of Black lives kind of sort of matter. In the darkness, if you squint a little bit, he's 9. I guess I might as well go on a date. Shit. I like black lives. I like black food. Why not? I guess I gotta give back to the community. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, cool.
I'm funny. You're funny.
I'm terrible. Thanks so much. Karma Commander, thank you, mate. Rayborg, Infra David, Ernesto, and Goatman. Thank you guys all. Okay, let's see if it works. Will it complain? It doesn't seem that it will complain because we never use this function, right?
Yes, Albert. He did have an OnlyFans. Well, actually, what happened was...
Alright, let's try it out again.
Mark wanted to do an OnlyFans in the exact same style as his Tasteful Nudes catalog picture. So, he had a campaign where people could push to get his sports broadcast and his normal YouTuber podcasts over to the #1 in the nation mark. You know, basic algorithmic shit. If people successfully did that, he would make a for free OnlyFans where all of the money that'd be submitted for his posts that were going to be behind a subscribe free model, but the posts inside of them were a paid thing. Whatever people paid into, he would match 1 for 1, and then all of the money collectively would be given to charity. Apparently, one of the updates that just happened like a few moments ago, because it just went viral on Twitter just now. The first one is that his OnlyFans was taken down by the website, and 2, people bought said material, saw that it wasn't him posting his dick, and got really vehemently upset and angry and mad. And because they got upset and angry and mad about it, they then started leaking that content, and now it's spreading all across Twitter. I've scrolled a couple of times, and it seems that it's both here on TikTok and YouTube, so not that shocking. In terms of what we expect on platforms that aren't TikTok, this is normal. But for everywhere else, this is very boring. Like, why are y'all fiending? Because I just scrolled the timeline, and it was just... all him. Not to mention the normal porn, but you know what. My arm. Oh, my hands. Hello, Ebony.
So if that fails, we're gonna go with the old logic. Otherwise, we're gonna do this selection.
What I really want to know is, why does my cell phone keep telling me that I'm losing connection?
Let's see if that works better.
That's what I'm curious about. Because that's the thing I don't understand. Maybe it's because I'm new to just doing lives, but my cell phone shouldn't be losing connection. I'm inside my Wi-Fi frequency.
Check the music. The music is called My Innermost Apocalypse. It's from Binding of Isaac, the Rest of the Lamb, the original Binding of Isaac. I need to do some integration with my player in the future. Okay.
But I don't want everybody to just sit here doing nothing. Let's see here. Let me set up some intro atlas for you.
That actually looks good. So if this thing malfunctions, it doesn't actually cause huge price fluctuations. But I
don't like any of those questions.
Something that is actually just to check. I'm gonna introduce a huge factor, and I'm gonna call it the strong aspect. We're gonna pretend that items that are strongly buffed have the 10 times the price. Now this might not be perfect yet. Nope. Let's see if it works. I actually didn't sort.
Yeah, damn. There's nothing that can. Wow. TikTok, that's horrible. Okay. People on TikTok, just start asking me questions if this is your first time.
So now we can proceed with the unique tiering. I think,
if it's your first time here on Single Player Calls channel, just say and wave hello and ask me questions. If they're reasonable, I might answer them.
What was I doing? So the
Hi, Nick. Going to Bob Evans for breakfast with folks. How am I? You work Amazon delivery now. Money is good. Oh no! Nick is a wage KG!
So that we can know some of the ideas how to early leak the case. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the previous starting leak and running that more like 3 weeks in.
F's in the chat for the boy. He lives in the cage now.
So I need to introduce a methodology to
nah, he drives a van. He drives a van. Actually, not super bad.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna mark.
Better not be throwing packages at people's houses, Nick. You better not. Don't do it. I'll find you.
Number buffed multiplied by a different number. So let's proceed. Art series disfavor. Art series disfavor.
You're not actually reported.
Right?
Good.
It has received a ton of damage, like huge amounts of damage. It has received the crazy 30% quality and the 10 weapon range.
That's what I'm doing. I'm fine.
Weapon. There's like no need.
I forewent watching the rest of Black Sun yesterday because I just wasn't feeling it.
So yeah.
I haven't necessarily. Let me amend the statement before it leaves in my mouth. It's not that I haven't had a desire to talk to people on the internet. It's that in preparation for this week, I have several things happening at once that were being set into motion that I could not discuss, otherwise they would not go the way that I planned them. As you can notice, we are using Restream. This was one of those things I could not discuss, otherwise it would be sabotaged. We're going to try this out for at least a month.
3 to 1 divided by 2 multiplied.
Yes, I did know that Rebecca is a lolly.
Around 340 DPS on the one hander, which is quite impressive, and has some insane crit chance. And on top of that, it has poison.
I don't necessarily care all that much for Cyberpunk Edge runners, though. D-Drum. Not because I don't like the show, but because the discourse around the characters in the show makes my fucking brain hurt.
It's above.
So there's that. You just woke up from multiple nightmares of a public shooting, Cthulhu, me, and my baby falling in a river. First question. Who's daddy?
So it's definitely early league, and it's definitely
Second question. Can I be the daddy? Ronaldo is streaming right now. I was just on his stream. Who is Ronaldo, Big Dog 993?
Poison Blade Vortex. I mean,
Do I know them?
It needs Battle Mage to be good, right? But
should I know them? Better question.
Exquisitely exciting. I mean, it is very, very rare. So that by itself makes it obviously much more rare. Much more expensive. But, yeah, Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker is a weird one. Let's take a look at that.
What's the discourse with Cyberpunk Edgerunners? Well, G-Drum, the discourse with Cyberpunk Edgerunners effectively begins and ends at people who didn't play the game saying, oh my god, there's a game to go with the show, kind of like they did before with all the other games that were made from shows, or shows that were made into games, or games that came first, then were adapted into a show so people could watch it without having to actually play it. Mostly, the discourse comes down to people saying, oh my god, guys, did you know this character's a lolly? She looks like a young girl. That means you shouldn't be attracted to them. But it's like, bro, that is a petite woman. That woman is of age. And even if you thought that was a girl, bro, that person is dressed in tight uniform and what would look like full chrome on her body. I don't even want to begin to talk about it, because I know that if I went to Rule 34, it'd be over 1,300 pages of multiple artists depicting her in the most lewdest positions, and at least 70% of them are going to be women. And the most brain-dead thing about it is the people who are commonly complaining about it are the very same women who are then looking at the opposite on the male spectrum, and vice versa. Men bitch about the male characters, but they're looking at the women. Women bitch about the female characters, but they're looking at the men and the women. Because remember, lesbians, gays, and pans. And it just becomes brain dead. Same thing happens with anime all the time. But it becomes really, really hypocritical. And I'm not one for listening and talking to the people who will be hypocritical about it, because I don't care what level of horny they have. There's like an entire barrier to that conversation. Any person who's not aware of my opinions about that, you just have to look up my videos on moralities. It's very clear and laid out. And as an ex-Fed, my brain starts hurting when people start trying to quote things to me about the law, because I start laughing at them in their face. Because it's like, did you put away pedophiles? Because I put away pedophiles. This wouldn't hold up in court. And at the same time, you're harassing them about fictional characters? Let me see you all. Let me see the inside of your bedroom. You got a cubby of dildos? I bet you do. It's situations like that, G-Drum. And it's not everybody. It's like, it's probably a niche situation and argument that would apply to like 15% of people who ever talk about that discourse. But that's realistically the discourse. That's like the discourse for every single time there was ever a show that's released and there's a best boy or a best girl that people fall in love with as their waifu or their husbando. And at the very least, I'd like to say, I don't want to argue. You're right. Okay, I love you. Because I don't have the time to argue with all of them. Because it is what it is. If you know who Messi is, you should know Ronaldo. Ronaldo or Messi. I don't know either of those people. Tell me about them. Tell me about them. Inform me. Give me the good news.
Essentia Sanguis no longer has physical damage or reduced maximum recovery. It now has lightning. It now has a lot of lightning damage. Now, I'm honestly not sure.
Hello to everybody else who's slow joining. Hello, hello, hi, hi, hello, hello, hi. Hello, hello, hi. I like Rebecca. I think she's an awesome character. I like to know what your opinion of the game of Cyberpunk is. Cyberpunk 2077? A very buggy piece of mess. But it's everybody's buggy piece of mess. I mean, it's not to say that if it was fixed and had a little bit more mods and patches done to it to make it a better game, that it wouldn't be a solid 9 out of 10. But you have to, like, accept that that game is a buggy piece of mess. Does that mean that it's slop? No. It's the highest level of slop jank. Thank you for the like. It's the highest level of slop jank. Just like if it was Slav jank, that usually is the kind of thing played by people like Civ 99?
I'm not sure if it's actually...
I'm trying to remember Civ's last name. If there was a game that was played like Civ, like say Ultra Kill, right? or Rise of the Triad, or any of the things that he's done videos on. If it was something played by somebody like Civi, they would be in love with it. For the same reason Civ is in love with games like Rise of the Triad, or Brutal Doom. It's exactly what it is on the face of it. It's what you asked for.
I don't know, a bunch. So expect it to be.
It's pretty much where my opinion of the game begins and ends. It's a continuation of the same rules of Cyberpunk 2020, written by known white supremacist Mike Pondsmith. For people on TikTok, that's a joke. The running joke is that somebody called Michael Pondsmith a white supremacist, but he's a black man who wrote the majority of the story that became the backbone for 2077, and they went onto the internet and they repeated that phrase and line, believing people would just listen and believe it, instead of actually understanding it.
I don't think it's going to be very popular after the first, let's say, week.
You gotta follow Carl on Twitter to know these kind of things.
Kingmaker.
I don't like to check out the Star Wars fan series. It's called Buckethead. You follow a group of stormtroopers, and it feels good. Drop the link of it in my Discord, and I'll look at it later.
Honestly,
I might set across like 2 hours or so to talk about it before I go live tomorrow and play more SAC-TUM.
Nothing really changes.
Because I have until.
It just received 5 more levels of melee splash. It really
Next Wednesday.
It really doesn't matter. It's basically the same unique.
No, I meant to say you should check it out. Yes, drop the link inside my Discord so I can watch it later.
One is cool. Lionel's Glare has been a very demanded bow for a while. And
hello.
It's back on top
Hi,
now.
user. You have been noticed, my child.
It's not going to be a top bow.
You are blessed.
Let's actually take a look at it in a second. So, Lionel's Glare still has the hits can be evaded and far shot, which are both amazing mods. But on top of that, it actually comes with much more damage. It still has the same problem of not having.
I probably should have slept longer.
But
I feel like I haven't slept enough.
Lionel's Glare is going to be very rare.
Because I don't want to have to take a micro nap during the stream.
Lolco, thanks for the host. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. Guys, we are making the filter update. So yeah, welcome. Grab yourself something to drink. We're in the middle of retiring uniques.
Where am I? I am in America. In my bedroom.
I am the filter guy, but who accidentally filtered his beard today.
I'm also on your screen. And if you let me, I can be in your heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I say, I mean that sincerely. I mean that dearly.
It got buffed quite a bit.
Yeah, think about it. Couldn't you let a little bit of Carl in your heart?
But it was very strong already.
Message from BB Becky. I'm trying to make sure I can read that. Because it cuts the message off there at the end. Discuss with single player Carl. Held at gunpoint. ... I want to read this, but I can't read it. Can't I read it? What am I discussing while held at gunpoint? You have to explain to me, BB Becky 88.
Savior is basically the same as before. And I don't mean by that in its power. Its power is still amazing, but the problem
don't worry about it.
Oh,
okay.
Is that it shares.
I suppose if you say so. I just have to believe it.
Fury. So we can't really.
How are you though?
Savior because it's a multi-based drop, but it's a much better drop. I mean, Savior has been used before, and now it's much stronger. It's a great offhand now. It deals a ton more damage.
Scariest thing that has ever happened to me. The scariest thing that has ever happened to me was when I was still employed with the federal department, and I had to raid and confiscate a data bank that had child porn on it, and I had to go through the personal files of a father that had been beating his son and manipulating, I'll be safe with the words, his female child. and praying, and unfortunately my prayers were not answered that day, and praying that I did not find what I had been sent to find, and then praying that I did not find the amount that I found. I found a lot. They went to jail. That's the end of the story. The reason why it was scary is because when you work in safety of minors, the scary thing isn't evil exists, it's I really hope this nice looking man isn't the devil incarnate. That man was the devil incarnate. It's the kind of thing that makes you look up at the world and say, you funny, you real funny. A Mormon, you got jokes. It's like that, and it is sad, but justice was done. Why do you think people are hypocrites nowadays, Carl? Money. Well, no, two answers. First one is money. The second one is clout. Money and clout. People are hypocrites because of money and clout. Do you want me to go deeper? I can go very deep.
It's actually doing a lot of damage. It's like amazing amounts, but top end with like extra quality. Let's assume you have a completely perfect Varanastra. That's gonna be something like that. That's the quality rate? I don't think so. Manually, I'm gonna cheat that. I'm okay with that. So ignoring.
I'm gonna drink both of these cups of coffee. Jesus Christ.
182 plus 372 divided through 2 multiplied 1.3. So it's a 360 weapon. It's going to be at around 390 something with quality, I suppose.
They forgot my sugar.
It's a near 500 DPS.
Oh well.
Which you can buff in different ways. It is
hello everyone.
Going to be
hello,
better.
hi.
Like a 400
hi, hello, hi.
Weapon at the start of the league
hello, new joiners.
Is always valuable. A one-handed 400 DPS weapon is amazing. And if you're going for something like Impale, even if Impale kind of got nerfed with the Soul of Steel thing being shitty now, Utility of Steel being missing, you can definitely build around that. And it's a much more high power item. I'm gonna give it a strong buff, simply because it has such a huge flat path. On top of that, it is going to be more rare. Due to its rarity is going to be inflated. That means no wait, it's going to be decreased. That means.
Do you think our country, the United States, is heading towards socialism?
Actually a rare drop. Now,
this is a multi-tiered answer. The correct full answer is a 3-part statement.
There's a lot of good things about Voidforge now. I mean,
1, do I think it's headed towards socialism? No. But 2, what it is headed towards is China. And what I mean by it's headed towards China is 3, there are public state actors, private security firms, social media stars, political streamers, and non-political streamers with political affiliations. Thank you for the like. Who are trying to push for what China has. If you did not know, free accessible information, like Wikipedia-able information. China is a communist state. But a person would think, well, how could they be? They have capitalism. They have corporations and enterprises. But they're state-owned. And they are specifically held up in the form of the paper tiger, air quoting, by those economic zones. They have those primary 4 economic zones as well as their industrial business that puts them on the back of our economy. We, as the US, use them for cheap products. They, China, use us as an exporter-importer relationship to stifle and create and build that economy basis that is then taking that money and pumping it directly into the CCP. CCP takes that money,
So,
and what we had did,
highlight is going to
us,
be low
the US,
because our
in the
sacrifice
70s, the 80s, the 90s, kind of like what happened in Iraq and Iran with women of the 60s and 70s being able to have more freedoms than they do now underneath the religious caliphates of the regions, especially in places like the Emiratis.
Alright,
What happened there in the Emiratis, and I'll just say the Middle East, but it's not just the Middle East, but it's easier to condense that way, because most people have a certain idea of the Middle East in mind, if you know what I'm saying. What happened in the Emiratis is that they had freedoms, but then a system came in and subjugated them to a certain kind of rule. The very same thing happened in China, but halfway in reverse. In China, it was very much a dictatorship owned from the top to the bottom. The means of communism, which socialism, if you think of it in terms that make it simplified, I don't know how much you know about anime. Socialism is the Kaioken to communism's Super Saiyan. It is a step in that direction. It sets up the borderlines. By having socialist policies, that does not make you a socialist, nor does that mean it makes you communist. But if you are starting to be like China, if you create a business where you say you need equity across the board, that makes you ask, who's the person who wants to sign it? Somebody has to be put in charge of the economy there, because you can only work things from the bottom up if you're working them from the top down. Because you start from the local level and you work to the top level until you're at the highest level of the state. For us in the US, that's the presidency. Then somebody assigned from the presidency, I'm working from the House of Representatives and the Congress, has to be able to work with the fourth party system of the military-industrial complex, to then work alongside SCOTUS, which there have been multiple attempts to try and make it into a rubber stamp, to then allow for the presidency to effectively rule by fiat, to then allow them to do what China does. What China did is that they made everything state-owned. Everything is subject to that state power, but they operate with all of the benefits that came with what we did in the 80s and 90s and 70s with other places like the Emiratis, which is that we wanted to encourage them to be more like us. We wanted to open them up to capitalism, so they would learn to be better. But what they did was that they took the capitalistic concepts of our nation. I'll answer that in a second, G-Drum. I'll answer all this in a second. Jeez, you asked it multiple times, trying to answer the question. They took the capitalistic efforts of capitalism, right? They took the ability to build oneself up to the bootstrap. They took the ability to make capitalism. They took the ability to make corporations to then create products that would then be able to fill the market and the marketplace value, supply, demand. But they kept it all underneath the direct niche of reporting directly to the government. So if you knew anything about the command economies done for the National Socialist Party of Germany, they did that. They took all the capitalism out of it. They took the pieces that they wanted, and they put it within their system and their framework. And it all works like that. That is what globalists would like to bring us to. Now, I feel that at the end of the day, there's not much I can really do to help people that believe that system works, because if you've actually read the manifesto of the Communist Party, Chapter 2, bottom of the page, 10-point plan, final paragraph. There are people who would say memes like, capitalism and communism is when no cell phone, but it's more like, communism is when no cell phone, so I steal your cell phone. It's because I want it, and I make you poor. Because that's actually how their system works. That's communism in a nutshell. I don't have anything, so I steal what you have. I say that you have more than you should have. I take it from you, I give it to the state, and then I make you as poor as I am. Now get to work, comrade. The way that China does it is, I don't have anything, so I take and I look on the internet to make copies of things that I can mass produce. I mass produce them, I sell them to other people, then I pocket the profits, and if you happen to be the person who came up with the design, no you didn't, I did! Now get back to work, slave! That's what we're going towards. To quote Carl Schwab himself, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. Except you won't be. You'll be miserable. But you won't be allowed to complain, because if you say anything, you'll lose points on your social credit score. So yes, China. That's where we would be effectively going towards. It's a very scary prospect, but it's already been done. They tried this with passports. They tried this with the vaccine and the virus of unknown origins, honk honk, it is what a lot of things. Does that mean that I feel one way about it or the other? I feel in the way of what would be politically true. And unfortunately, this is a Chinese spying app. So, you can't say much without risking being banned. Now to answer G-Drum's questions. Would you like to know about a not safe for work animated video about Tracer? Just post it on the Discord. I'll look at it later. Do you think the UAS, was that supposed to be the USA, will fall to civil war or be invaded by them? No. If you mean the USAE, I don't know, G-Drum. If you mean will the US fall to civil war? If it ever did, every single legal gun owner would win. Like, it's not even funny. But let's not get into that topic. Educatedly, I mean, I guess. When you're a federal worker, there's things that you just know by osmosis. You did mean the USA. I don't think it's possible for the USA to fall to a form of civil war, because at this point in time, with Elon's Twitter, it's not possible. Beforehand, if the same people who had the levers of power continued to lie about it while manipulating the levers of power to put themselves in business, we would have. Because that's what they wanted. They wanted destabilization in the nation. They wanted people to hate thy neighbor, instead of learning to love thy neighbor, even if thy neighbor believes that you shouldn't have what you have. It's a very core fundamental idea of America, that we have to be a great American melting pot, but what's more likely is that people have to learn to live and let die, and have to learn to allow bygones to be bygones until ... Namely, you should let bygones be bygones and live and let live until somebody tries to encroach their philosophy and their worldview on you. Because that is realistically the deterministic issue upon which lines and fences are sat and held. You cannot allow a person to come to your home and tell you the way you live is immoral and it is not up to my standard. You must change to my viewpoint. Because realistically, that is the colonial mindset that is now being wielded as a cudgel and a rod in the modern day sensibilities. The same way that a person who was a part of a religious caliphate like that of, say, Qatar, could walk up to you and say, "Excuse me, sir, why do you allow your wife to walk outside of the house like that? She should be wearing her veil." It's the exact same rod, it's the exact same cudgel, it's the exact same normalization. The difference is that one side that would consider itself liberal and progressive would say, no, people must be free, we must be allowed to do whatever we want. But freedom in that extent goes to exactly what we saw and continue to see it be in the normal parlance, which is basically a person believes that they should be able to force other people to involve themselves with their kink out in public. Like a person wearing a doggy mask and wearing a gimp suit. So now little Timmy has to ask me, Daddy, why is the wearing a dog mask? And now I have to resist the urge to pull out my mystery secret Mousekatuli, because you and your boyfriend/girlfriend now make me have to explain to this child what the hell it is you're doing in public. That's unfair. It's also, by the same measurement, unfair for a person of a extreme view to tell me what I can and cannot do with my partner when we live in the West and they live in the Far East because of someone doing sand feminism. Because, don't you think about all those poor women? It's like, oh, the poor women that you chose to donate money to super PACs of to be blown up by weapons by our country, but it just happened to be that you're supporting it because it had a pride flag on it before they pressed the detonate button? Because those missiles were sent by Biden. And you can really feel the love from 20,000 megatons from all the way over here in your backyard. Just as long as it's not in your yard. Shit like that. That's like the obvious thing there. G-Drum. If that were ever to happen on American soil, there would be such a quick overturn. It would not be funny. And I don't mean that in like a boogaloo form. I mean like normal, everyday, like, licensed firearm carriers. Trained, licensed, never pulled their piece in their life. They would be drawing so fast. It would be like quick draw McGraw. What's the saying? What's the saying go? It'd be impossible to do so because there would be a gun behind every blade of grass. That You think it's scary out here? I live in the south. If I go 2 miles north, I'm in Stone Mountain. That's not fucking around with coalition territory. I go 2 meters south, I'm in Florida. Florida. Between there, and this side of the Appalachian Mountains, I can at least rely on 3 people who are most definitely hillbillies, and 2 of them definitely make illegal moonshine, that would welcome me into their home and say, "Go, come in here, Carl. We got stew waiting for you. Here's your firearm. It's an AR-15. I filed it myself." It would be amazing. It'd be great. I'd be safe. Nobody could do anything to us. At the same time, I could walk into the most liberal progressive household and still be safe, because I know how to speak with people. And it's very simple. Just don't let them see your guns, and just give them your whiskey and booze, and you'll be fine. Where in the South? The deep South. Atlanta area. Like that. 2 hours south of Atlanta. I'd rather not say the exact city, but it's really not that hard to figure out. There's only so many places I could be. I'm at least south of Bankhead.
Not a droppable item, so it took a non-drop. Okay, prismatic.
I mean, you look around, it's not that hard to find. Like, on at least 3 of my social medias. You look hard enough on my Twitter, you can find it. That's at Caramel Cajun. Albert lives in Florida. Well, see, Albert, you know then. Plus, you live in Florida. You got Florida man and Florida woman. You safe. You safe. It's Daryl Carl's got to be worried about. I live in a place that could potentially be a purple state. Is he finished with the filter yet? Jesus Christ. Work faster, Neversink. Work faster. Some of us want to play the game. Some of us want to play the game. Oh, my arm. I gotta switch hands.
In both cases, this check needs to be done. And I think that will fix the problem. Let me check.
He's still updating.
Wait, did I? No, I didn't. No, I bought.
Oh yes, Louisiana has definitely got those problems. It also has other problems as well, but that's probably one of the bigger problems. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Let's see if the new tiering works correctly.
Carl, did you know that in Dallas, Texas, a school took children to do a drag show? Yes, I did. I know all about that shit. Remember, I'm friends with Aiden Paladin. And I'm also a social media journalist. Journalist. Although it's true.
That's Divinarius. Divinarius goes from hideable to multi special. Perfect.
Who knows, it just
goes from hideable to multi special. Imperial skin, Divinarius, Vowblade. Vowblade, was it very nice one? Okay, wonderful, 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 wonderful. That means this now works. Good. I would say this has been a success. Let's save the info. Right, so this basically introduces a special kind of logic that will put certain items into a
why is still working on it? Oh my god.
Item weight. Now, I need to be honest here.
We love our German autistic boys, but I'm gonna need to work a little bit faster, Neversink. I really need to set up this filter. Because if Aiden's gonna be playing with me today, and she's bringing her husband to play with us too, I'm gonna have to at least teach 2 people how to play Path of Exile. I know, still itches. And that's gonna be slightly difficult. Because it's not like this game is hard. It just requires structure. Have a great day. I love that you get your message out. We'll check in again. I'll be live for a while. You can be able to find me on twitch.tv, on YouTube, on Twitter, and I'm also simulcasting to all sources right now. So if you find one of the streams, you found all the streams. Best one you can go to is my YouTube, which is Single Player Carl. Same name.
And potentially nerf uniques together. This is going to be a less development intensive thing, and I need your help there, guys.
Probably could just leave that in the chat, shouldn't I?
I will be right back.
I should probably do that. Let me just type that out for you. Bitch. Twitter. Because it did give me Twitter. That is how that's spelled. And then... Player Carl. Come on, post chat. Thank you. Just going to pin that one. In case nobody looks at it. Let me see how many of these I can type. Twitch.tv. Then, damn. Won't let me do multiple tabs. Or can it? Single Player Carl. And then YouTube.com/Single Player Carl. Then Twitter.com/Fair Location. And then I'll pin that one if I can copy these. That's not the cleanest, but that'll do. Pin that ticket, sir. Pin it. Pin it hard. Couldn't pin this comment. You could try again. But I can pin the other one, can't I? Yes. Man, TikTok, you guys are so anti-other platforms. It is ridiculous. 40. Hello, everybody else who's been joining. He's making tea! Ah! He's making tea. My man, the league drops in 4 hours. Come on! Oh. He's probably gonna drop this like 1 hour before it goes live, isn't he? That's gonna be so dumb. I'm gonna have barely any time to actually see if there's anybody else who's gonna want to contribute to the item filter. That's kind of sucky. That's kind of sucky. And not the good sucky. Alright. Do not be afraid to ask questions in chat. I love answering questions. Especially if it's your first time here. I should make it a rule. I should start making it a rule, rather, for TikTok. New people who join on my videos and on my lives have to introduce themselves and talk. Nike. My hands are getting exhausted, so I need to put the phone down. Oh! You never realize exactly how much of a workout it is holding something up like this for at least minutes at a time. It does a number on your hand. Hello. Hi. Mr. Marzette. Now you listen here. My uncles were Mr. Marzette. I'm Carl. What's happening with me in life is we're waiting on a Deutschlander to finish updating the website that we're all using our filter blades for. And then, once he finishes using it and fixing it, I go through, I add the special effects, and then I find out who else is going to be playing with me for the next 5 days. And then, on the next Monday, if I don't do it at some point during this week, we finish watching the other half of Black Sun. We'll probably spend the entire day watching 1 through 10, so that other people who didn't show up can watch again, and so that we can get the rewatch bonus. Then we'll finish watching Black Sun, and then once I'm done watching Black Sun, maybe I will drop a review of it on the channel. I don't know. I haven't posted a single video of Toku content on my social media at all. That's not Twitter. So I really don't know if I'll bother to, because But then, SAC-TUM. Mostly Path of Exile SAC-TUM. I did driving training today. Doing multiple laps around my fucking neighborhood so that I can get in preparation of doing my driving test. Work on my license. And then once I have my license, begin working towards becoming the shift lead at my job. Well, day job, one of them. And then from there, work on the next project. Continue earning money.
How Bunny said, it's really a mix of the thing is,
and then being the best Carl I can be.
And filter blade is very intertwined, and we don't really have like.
No, don't say that. Your life doesn't have to be mid. You did something that most e-girls don't get to do. You got to talk to your dad. He's incorrigible, ladies and gentlemen. He's a savage. But it's true.
Rare items priorities and unique and so forth. So your feedback is actually helpful. That being said, I obviously do reap some benefit from making it so close to release. But at this point, I'm more like taking it, well, this is a best case scenario anyway, because everything else will lead to a lot of people being annoyed and the filter not working. I can also enjoy something beneficial to me if it's at the same time the best scenario for the community. So yeah, plus doing things before the release helps us to have a lot of time to get things tested and prepared. Which, by the way, it's not like we just started updating. We've been updating the filter for like 3 weeks. There's a ton of new filter features and stuff that will show up soonish. So this is, you really see the peak of the iceberg there. Alright, so let's proceed. We went through all of the new uniques, and if I take a look at the list, it looks really good. So let's take a look at some of the changes. For instance, I'm wondering why nothing ends up here in the T1 list. Need to double check that once again. But most of the items end up in early league or in the multi-tier. When I see some of the examples of the buffed uniques here that ends up in early league.
Still in the waiting room. Still in the waiting room phase. Lord.
Oh yeah, we just gave it the buff unique. No, that is fair. That's exactly what I want.
I'm gonna go look on Twitter again. I'm gonna go look on Twitter again.
And not on this one.
It's unbanned, boys! It's unbanned! My original Twitter account is unbanned!
Alright, so I think that is fine.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's a screen cap right there, baby. That's a screen cap right there. Oh, lordy. That means I can add this Twitter account to the stream chain. This is great. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Now the real question is, do I retain my original account? No, it went down. It went down. It went down. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh no. Oh no. That's great.
Is going to go in the early league. This is always something at the start. That's good. Alright, so next up, guys. So next up, we're gonna review the existing early league items, and you guys will tell me if something needs to get removed or not. We will discuss this together. We'll see if anything is worth highlighting. So, early league. Suppose frame. Is this useful at the start and expensive at the start? It needs to be either very useful or very expensive. I'm going to say yes. Suppose has always been, in the past 2 leagues, useful at the start, useful by Righteous Fire characters, some other guys, right? Queen of the Forest is probably going to be both useful and expensive at the start. Not totally, but it has gone up in price.
This is
good. I'm gonna go with yes.
Today was a good day. Rate the song Red Lights. You must not be talking about the police. Let me double check that one.
It's classic, right? Overrush Charge is a weird one. I don't particularly see it as a very early league specific thing, but at the same time I don't yeah, I think it's gonna go into a T3, but I don't know how it's related to early league, so it's not gonna be hidden. Snake Bites. Yeah, it only drops from a condition box. So what do you think about Snake Bites?
Let's see here.
Particularly useful in the early league.
Let's see here.
About removing it and just making it way. I don't think anyone will be very much extremely shopping for that. And on the other hand, there's a lot of poison builds coming up. They're useful, but I'm not sure they're very specific.
Are you talking about the song from Tiesto?
Okay, let's leave Snake Bites in. Commander of the Pit?
Because there are several songs that have red lights in their title.
And I expect from the minions a lot of SMS and absolution, maybe.
So just double check. Are you talking about this song?
Blunderboy is a weird one.
That's all I need to know. Does it even show? Yes. Maybe? No? Focus on the screen? Yes. Red Lights by Tiesto. Is that the song you're talking about, Papa Johnny?
Spike in popularity because of Val Caustic Arrow. I think Val Caustic Arrow is going to be helping you for Death Oaths. On the other hand, I don't see Blunderboy as being particularly interesting right now. Big Fist Domination Kiriko, that is a big point, so. Let's give it an early league. Cloak of Defiance and Vitaria's Influence are always at the top at the start, especially Vitaria's Influence. Alpha Soul is... I'm gonna remove it from Asylum, but I'm gonna keep it in Alpha Soul. I think it is very, very, very popular at the start. There's too many people like who want to run that.
I just want to tell on this.
I'm gonna remove early league interest from these. I don't see these being anywhere in the early league range. They still will be highlighted with Reedy's Veil, but I don't think it's very related to early league. Same story here. So I don't think Fractal Swords and Vertex are particularly relevant to very early league planning. I think both are good uniques that you want to see. I just don't think they have something in common like early league popularity and so forth. Staconjas is weird. It's been in the early league tier since quite a while, and I think it has lost a lot of its popularity over the time, with people going much more in favor of suppression helmets and more resistance. So I'm removing Staconjas from the early league specific things. What build is Vos using? I haven't actually seen Vos used too much lately. Joffrey's might be valuable at the start, but I mean, not. It is alrightish then. I'm not sure. I mean, relics have been. It's weird. Holy relics have been solid. But I'm not sure if it's very specific to early league. It would go into T3 boss otherwise. I think that's where it belongs as well. I'm gonna remove that. Lion Eyes Remorse is always popular in the early league. This is very specific. Calm's Roots is another popular choice in the early league. Artillery Step has nothing to do with early league, but it's a very, very good item. In fact, all of these don't drop from the world, so I'm gonna remove the early league. I feel like I've spammed this early league aspect too much. It should be used on items that are specific. Yeah, Herbaceous is good. I'm not sure if it's specifically early league. I mean, it's a good item. It's going to be expensive, and a lot of people are going to use that. But I feel like I've been spamming this mod too much. For instance, Leper's Arms, I think it's a very good example of something that is very popular early league. Many ailment builds use it at the start because it grants immunity to, well, not immunity, but you can get rid of your ailments. At the same time, it makes your poison stronger and your ignite stronger. So it's a good example of something that you actually want to use. This is definitely a good approach to treating an item. I mean, Carcass Shack is another item. If it won't be expensive with the economy, you still want to see it early on. I think they're kinda okay. Valkyries.
Will you play Ruthless mode? Ruthless mode is a I'm bored with my build, let's do something to hurt myself game mode. I don't think there's going to be any person who's going to be competitively streaming as a Ruthless only solo self-found or trade league hardcore or softcore Ruthless player. But it is a game mode that exists for people who want to play it. That's my opinion. I didn't get to test Ruthless, but if it plays like anything I expect it to, it's going to be the kind of thing that's going to be whether or not a person can actually understand how to utilize vendor crafts and how to actually play the game on base fundamentals. So people who like going to Trade League, buying all their gear, and then just simply scaling by having traded and merged their way to victory, it is going to be a mode that they hate with vehement fury. They're going to hate it. Hi, buddy, what's up? Hello, James Anderson. You have to go. Aw, goodbye, J-Drum. But, yeah, that's what I feel about Ruthless. Ruthless is a mode for fun. It's no different to League of Legends with Ranked as it is with ARAM and the occasional event like Earth. Except that, in this case, our Earth is permanent. You don't know if you should be insulted or flattered. The phrase e-girl is just a title. Like, calling a person an e-girl is no more an insult than calling a porn star an adult film actress. It's a word that describes a thing. How much of that thing it describes is really dependent on what I'm describing.
I'm gonna remove a lot of these. My case is Ranks is probably at the start, but I'm not
Again, hello TikTok viewers.
but it's still worth highlighting. Same for the
Don't feel left out.
cheap. I can't
I'm paying attention to all of you.
I can't predict
You
these
all
designs.
get a piece of Carl.
Check them out at the start. Lear
I don't have favorites. These guys are my favorite. What makes you worthy of an e-girl title? You're a woman. You're on the internet. E-girl.
Same for this one.
The most common misnomer about the word e-girl is that it infers that a woman is supposed to be a on-the-internet female that is supposed to behave as though they are accessible, when in fact they are not. But realistically, what makes a person an e-girl is they are a woman and they are on the internet. E-thought, or as I like to call them, hot pockets, is where that becomes different. Because when we usually think of an e-girl, we think of a person who has an OnlyFans link in her bio, or a Linktree link that then has an OnlyFans in her bio. A person who has the multiple pipes that lead to their like off-website content. But that is not what an e-girl means. E-girl literally just means woman and on the internet. Because realistically, people have become so coked out on calling other people derogatory frames and words that have been preconceived and now co-opted to mean something other than what they do, that when people see the phrase e-boy, e-girl, i-lady, etc., 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 they immediately go straight to the worst connotation, worst case scenario possible. And that's just not the case all the time. There are some cases where it's very applicable, but this is not one of those cases. Just like I am an e-boy for being a man on the internet who streams, I make the majority of my clout, a majority of my content, and a majority of my public-facing appeal being on a broadcast. That automatically makes me an e-boy. But that does not mean that I make constant porn. I've already done it, but you won't find it. Because I'm smart. See, I did the porn first, and then I got out of it. I bought my house, and now I stream. The same way somebody could call you an e-girl, same way they call me an e-boy. The only difference is how much of that is applicable. And realistically, the behavior of an e-boy, for me, is different for a woman. For you to be considered an e-girl as a woman, basically, it has to be assumed that you're making some view of yourself off of your own physical persona, your actual body, and then two, that you're using the interest of the anons in you to make your body. I, as a male, because of the hypocritical nature of people on the internet, don't get that same leniency. Instead, I'm called an e-boy by simply being loud and having an opinion. Whether or not people consider me to be dumb is now based on their echo chamber. So let's take the perfect case example of everyone's stupid favorite Carl clone.
Guys, thank you so much for the subs. Much appreciated. Probably not. Yeah,
At this point, it would be like closer to 2 years than a year and a half. Somebody tried to drop a shit hit piece on me. That hit piece, now that I have access to my new account again, which means I can make that video now without having to do a lot of extra work. Because I have access to that video now, I'm able to go back through my records and demonstrate that somebody is a fucking liar and that they took me out of context. By that person's actions and behaviors, they would take that content and consider me an e-boy because my chapstick's over here for some reason. Oh no, I remember. It's because I lost my green cap to my new chapstick, so I put the red cap of my Carmex on my Blistex because I'm ghetto like that. By those definitions, because I made a video, because I made a thread calling out an e-girl trying to use her tears to get sympathy on the internet for something that's a non-issue on Twitch, which is a woman being harassed for playing on easy mode, a clout chaser made a hit piece on me, and then try to use all of the basic talking points to talk shit about someone he knows nothing about. And by trying to use the optics of, listen guys, come on baby, it's me baby, it's ya boy, he tried to use that as a way to try to attack me, and it didn't fucking work. Because not only am I well known enough that people were like, wait, I don't recognize that face, that's Carl. They went to him, asked him questions, he started lying. Then somebody brought me the video, and I dissected it, and within the very next day, 4-hour live stream, debunked every single lie he told. He goes to the comment section, but first deletes links that I left in his comment section to try and make out like a bandit, and that didn't work for him. It's the lowest performing video on his channel to date on his concurrent numbers. He's not proud of that shit. He goes to my comment section to try and talk shit to me, and I just start dropping logs and logs and logs and logs of information. Because why are you gonna lie about something that I recorded? I know exactly the context of the jokes I made. How are you going to talk shit about it? It's not possible.
It's kind of weird.
By those definitions, that would make them e-boys, the two of us. But I am an honest man. That man is not honest. So, both ways, you could say that both of us are e-boys. But I am a good e-boy. I don't do naughty things. I'm a good boy. But I go outside. I'm not an inside boy. I touch grass. And I eat a lot of other things that rhyme with grass too. But it is what it is, 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 what it is. And what it isn't. What it be. And what it do. Howdy doody. Okay. A part of my brain did go to the negative implications and assumptions of a girl associating with thought, so I didn't believe it was conflicted on how I was supposed to be being called a girl. You're taking a pride! It's a word! It can't hurt you! It can't hurt you! It can't hurt you! It's a word! Take it as a praise! Take it as a badge! Take it as a badge! Because if somebody calls you a word and they want you to feel bad about it, what you should do is look them in the face and say, thank you. I will treasure this always. And make sure you give them lovely bedroom eyes. I'm going to look into both cameras so you can see what I'm talking about. You just tell them, mwah. Wink. 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 You just piss them off. That's all I gotta do. Just piss them the fuck off. Tell them, I will remain unbothered, unmoved, unquenched, unfiltered, unknown. I will be in your dreams, haunting your nightmares, making you feel like the piece of shit you are. But I won't lift my finger. You'll do that all your own. That's what you do. That's the correct response. Because unfortunately, we live in a world where if a person gives an emotional response, and they're doing so in a funny manner, also, hello, hi, hello, hi, Gerbdo. Did I read that right? Nope, I read that right, Gerbdo. I am not unemployed, though. I am very employed. Gainfully. Both ways, as an entrepreneur. I'm just off from my day job. Are you just trying to make me act up? Yes!
I have no idea how to write.
Yes!
Oh my god, I wrote it correctly. Moonstone.
But yeah, you just look them in the face and you mock the shit out of them. Like, the majority of people who are social media bullies are fucking keyboard warriors. You put them in the public, they're never going to say and act the way that they do in public. Just not. Because they're cowards. The majority of them that would ever do so, they would only ever do so believing that there's a camera recording themselves being antagonized so they can frame themselves as a victim. But what you do is you have a camera running at the exact same time and you just post the content first. If they post an edited version, you post the unedited version. You keep in those parts where they was talking tough. That's what you do. That's the correct response every time it happens. Most of the time, whenever I see people using the word e-girl and e-boy, it is always in the negative context of trying to antagonize the person. So you just simply remove them from the context that they tried to create and reapply the context of what actually happened. Because the majority of people who do that, they are not content creators. They are context creators. They don't exist to talk about content and try to build a brand for themselves while also covering the same thing any person would have to cover. Like, if you're a person who covers a media sphere of drama, you might have to look at drama and use that to build a brand for yourself. But that doesn't mean you insert yourself into drama. Cover the drama. If an explosion happens in front of your house, you don't insert yourself into saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe that happened, bro." You instead cover the fucking news. It's like Doppler 9. You're giving them the information they need 1 hour earlier. Meanwhile, majority of the people who usually are e-boys and e-girls, they don't give you that context. They give you their version. We have a word for that. It's called spin. You don't let them spin shit. There we go, right. Hello, horror and hellfire, my sweetie, my girlie, my darling. How are you, my child? It is the day! Today is the day! And we're still waiting on this quirked up Asian boy! We're still waiting! He's not done updating his filter yet! Ah! The next time somebody calls you Country Matters, a good response is to also say, "Bless your heart," with a sweet southern accent, being a Georgia girl. Of course. Morning, what the hell? Well, see, my child Moon, we're waiting for this man on the screen here that not everybody on TikTok can see, to finish updating the Never Sync filter so I can set the filter for Path of Exile. And then once he does that, it'll be a countdown until we can log in. And then, at least an hour beforehand, I'll see if I'm going to be playing alone, or we'll be able to have Aiden and Bill play with me. Because I feel like if I call Gia, she's going to say, "Carl, I'm not playing your stupid fucking game." And that's unfortunate. You're just waking up from feeling like a bag of ass. Get some coffee in that woman. Coffee. 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 Also, Horror and Hellfire. My original Twitter account is unbanned. I'm about to while! I don't know what this means for Caramel Cajun. Probably it's going to become a personal account. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I do know what I will be doing. I will be releasing the video that I plan to release on my birthday. I'll just have to edit it now. It's gonna be wild. 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 Can you think of any specific unique that should be highlighted? Are you following the old one? I don't know. Are you? Look up first player Carl. The number 1 ST player Carl. So any of the new skills enabled by the new uniques. Profane proxy is an answer string, so we've put it into this category, so it is already there. Well, I'm walking around my bedroom in a circle. Might as well put some of these stray bottles in the trash. No, not new skills, guys. New uniques. Oh, no. But think about that. Are any of the new WoW skills and WoW unique or WoW or I return gems shift to work in a way? Hands on the knees, hands on the knees, hands on the knees, hands on the knees. You are. Now follow me back. Everybody asks me for fellow bits. Shut the pup, you're a young man. Now watch me get banned in the next fucking hour. I swear. Oh my god, the bot's already back. Hi, if you need to create an eye-catching YouTube thumbnail, click on these people's names and give us money from the stolen bot. Shreddy Guerrero, oh my god. Are you ready? Bum 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 wow. Wow wow wow.
Void Watch already is in a good state.
Done. Namina. Hoshi. Waka waka. Hey.
The Witchfire Brew now, it's already spare without.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That must be the food delivery.
Going up, not even in the early league. Okay, definitely Calm Spirit might be interesting with people wanting to use it on something like Rage Voice. But at the same time, Calm Spirit is already in a high category, so it doesn't need any help. It's good. Don't see much of the Legion being used. Yeah, I don't see much of the Legion being used. Not at all. I don't see those being used as well. I know there's like one.
My limited social outside interaction for the day with the public is young. I return to be a goblin. Any artists in the chat, by the way? I feel like I'm gonna get somebody to draw me as various forms of mythical creatures that are known to be targets of monster fuggery. Not because I'm a monster fugger, but because I believe that I have to be rendered in all of my glory in the many races that would befit my prestige, and I feel like Goblin Carl would go in hard. Just give me Gazlo's nose, and that's it. That's Carl right there. They can just give him a giant fucking afro for no damn reason. That'll be appropriate, right? That's fine. While I'm doing this, I might as well add... Let's see if I can add the other Twitter account.
Let's quickly go through the subs before we proceed.
This is adding Caramel Occasion. I want to add first player Carl.
I dreaded, unkind, and Kajin. Guys, thank you all so much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the support.
There you go. First player Carl.
I'm only allowed 2 sentimental speeches per league, so not sure if I want to waste one right now. And it's not wasted. It's not wasted, of course, but I think it would be a right?
Coffee.
And I need to save one sentimental speech for my.
Let's see. I can refer you to a few good ones. Okay.
Alright, let's proceed.
I'll lose my mind if Jay somehow follows me back. Don't push your luck. I'd rather remain and keep that anonymous and ominous.
What do you think Belt and Blade is going to be used for? Val Molten Strike? I don't see Val Molten Strike. March of the Leech. March.
I don't know if it'll let me do this in the middle of adding it. I'm not sure if it'll let me add a new auth in the middle of a restream. I suppose I'll find out by doing it the hard way. No, it should have added it.
Alright, so I would say this has been a decent coverage. So
okay, so check the nappy one.
Nerf uniques, early league uniques. Right? Next up. Divination cards. So we are only working with the existing divination cards for now.
It added it to the thing, but it did not show that it is now live on the thing.
So first of all, do we have any
I would have to...
divination cards?
Maybe I have to stop streaming and reconnect. I think that's what I might have to do. Yeah, it's here, but it's turned off. Turn it on. Offline. Send data.
These already been introduced. A nerf.
Now streaming on.
So we can
Yes.
all of the nerf aspects from divination cards. Bam.
And now refresh.
On the Sephiroth.
Yes. And pin that to here.
6-link Ostro Blade. Those cards also don't need.
Damn, it feels good to be a Negro. However, more important test. Now that I have access to this, I should now be able to click. Yes! Yes! It's there! Yes! It's there! Yes! Yes! Oh, call for the scabs some people later. Oh, baby!
What we're gonna do here is go through the Justica. Use righteous fireplace.
So, now that my original account is back, all of the tweets that I have pulling a motherfucker out by the bootstraps is back. This is great. Oh, that saves me like hours of work. You have no idea how excited I am for this. There's gonna be some new content on my channel. That might just be December's video right there.
So there's a whole bunch of timeless items. In fact, I think we need to go through the timeless items. So from dropping below these three. Now before I proceed, HMSN, thank you so much, much appreciated. But before I proceed, I saw a bit of a few questions on German and on Russian. I want to address the German and Russian people here in German-Russian. Так, ну, начнем с русского. Для всех русскоязычных добро пожаловать. По-русски говорить, конечно, не могу, потому что 2500 людей как-то не очень социально говорить по-русски в этой ситуации. Но я полурусский или полуславянин, как хотите, сложный вопрос сегодня. Добро пожаловать. Если есть вопросы, задавайте на Дискорде. Лучше всего по-английски вам ответят.
4 games. Oh, this pain. That's funny.
Die Deutschen, ja, man kann sich nicht beschweren. Anders, thanks so much for the sub giveaway.
Oh, that's funny.
Unable to answer right now in German or Russian because there's so many people, and I find it a little bit unsocial to talk in a specific language where everyone else can't understand that, at least for too long. So I did tell them that if they have specific questions, please ask them in Discord so that they can receive the support they might want.
A microcap cleaner. Maybe I should get that brush.
So,
but not this week.
Knights of Loyalty, what about that? It's in T1.
Not this week.
No, and you can totally write in German or Russian or whatever language you want. I can't forbid it to you, and I don't want to. It's just if you are expecting me to reply to that. Or
pizza, if you to have time.
I'll fix you a mental second to someone writes in Russian, I feel like I'm a little bit less effective.
That's terrifying.
Point. So switching between languages due to
Twitter.
Talk is a little bit of a slowdown to me. It's a little bit hard to explain, and usually happens if there's more than 2 languages there, but.
Okay, this is good. This is good. How did I get the account back? Twitter Embassy, remember? Vox Day. Vox Populi. Daddy Elon. That's how.
Right, let's proceed. So, divination card.
I mean, I'm excited. I get to play video games. I have my account back. I'm about to put my foot up somebody's ass. It's gonna be great. I love being sassy. It's a necessary part of the balanced diet. It's a necessary part of the balanced diet. It's necessary. Because you see, and this goes for any person that acts like a Twitter fucking dumbass, especially one that chooses to do so on Twitch. The biggest problem with social media, something that hasn't actually been problematized yet, is that the majority of people who have thrived in the downstate of people being removed from platforms and thus being unable to defend themselves from the hypocrisy and the bullshit of which they're being attacked by, are people who effectively have been antagonized by losers that then use their platform to try and push those people into the dirt when they actually need to be making a bigger platform for themselves and being rewarded by being good people, by being able to go onto those broadcasts with the other broadcasters and being able to talk about the shit that has happened to them. For myself alone, I have been harassed, stalked, doxed, antagonized, threatened through the internet, had attempts placed on my life because of a person doxing me, thus removing my ability to be a private citizen. Being forced to be a public broadcaster, because if you sit there and you take it in silence, the only person to blame is yourself, because what they want you to do is to be silent. I have every single right and reason to put my foot up the ass of every person who tries shit with me. That's why my attitude every single time somebody tries to call me all of the hardest slurs is to clickbait it and then make it something that they have to defend. When people from League of Legends go to my chat and start screaming epithets and racial slurs, it is my God-given right to mock them and make them defend it. Because remember, they went from, you deserve it, you ran it down, to, wait, you're not releasing the footage, just release the footage, why are you scared? To, as I'm simulcasting the footage from beginning to end, and showing from beginning to end how they did it, they went from, no, we did it because you ran it down, to, actually, even though you killed that Tryndamere and you to both got his sums, you deserve it because you unleashed me, to, no, we're gonna antagonize him because he's a brainlet. 20% IQ to, wait, see, whoa, bro, I was a lone agent. Nobody else was responsible. Never mind that link of us being caught lying to the streamer who reviews you. No, never you mind that. To, lol, look at how you're reacting, bro. Like, bro, look at how angry you are. Look at how mad you are. That's the correct response that should be had from people coping and seething every time. They should be upset and angry that they don't get to control the narrative. And unfortunately, people still haven't figured out that we live in a time period of people creating preceding narratives. That story about me, about video games, a preceding narrative. He uses disabled people as cudgels because he doesn't care about disabled players. He just uses them when his argument suits him. Person uses an e-girl to try and justify attacking me because he doesn't realize I'm a disabled gamer who's also a game developer. So, where is the optics there? The optics should be, but this is not true. Here's me proving things. For example, you lied and said I was harassing women and therefore I was banned for it off Twitch. I was never banned. Here's me going live, literally showing the message that you told your followers to signal boost, and you being mocked live for 5 minutes on my channel for having done so. Because your dumbass clicked on my bio, clicked on links in my bio, didn't actually read what I was talked about, didn't know what I was referencing, and just popped off wild at the gums. Then, because we have a bunch of time, so I can throw it up here on the screen, because I already have the link right here for it. It went from that to, no, first screen, there we go. It went from that to, let's talk about all this other shit. And then me dropping link after link after link after link after link. And I'm going in with no loop. Right here, comment section, talking shit.
I'm not sure.
Talking shit. Link. That right here is the correct response. Every single fucking time. Every fucking time they try shit like this, this should be how you treat them. And then make a video about it. Don't just stop there. Give them the full veto treatment. Make a video about it, document why they lied, document where the lie was told, correct their ass, spank their ass, monetize their ass, and then do it again. And every single time they come up in relevant conversation, mock them again, and again, and again. Make them the footnote of your career that they're supposed to be. You're a bit behind. TLDR, Albert. This fucking loser, right here on the screen, in the comment section, this one right here, made a hit piece about me, lying about things that I did not say and did not do. I called him on his lie, because he lied about me on his broadcast, then clip-chimped the broadcast to try and talk shit, and tried to lie to his audience to get clicks for it. I called him on every single lie that he told, with sources and archives to do so, and then he went back to his little fucking hole like the snake he is. And the fun thing about this is that after doing a little bit of digging and a little bit of communication and a little help from my audience, we were able to find that he did this not just to me, not just to Destiny, not just to Bad Empanada, but also to Actual Justice Warrior. So, when I finish the video on that, we're going to go over each case example of how this person is interconnected with all of those creators and myself, and reference exactly why losers like this need to be where the fuck they deserve to be. Beneath me. Anywho, back to what we was doing, which is waiting for this man to finish this. He's still not done! He's still not done! What? Why didn't they ring the doorbell?
Let's take care of this up and Barokov, Mr. Salty Baker, Veikcher, Dubleur, Renok, very evil Bunny, Moon Decay, and Verex. Guys, thank you all so much, especially Bunny for his huge sub giveaway, and Moon Decay, thank you for the 14-month sub, guys. You guys are awesome.
I temporarily just checked the door because the medicine person is here to deliver my mother's medicine. I have to sign for it.
Telling that, and I think this is sentimental speeches for the stream. Now, it's weird.
Roxanne,
Properly explain my
you never have a turn
such an important part of
I don't know yet. Not at the door.
I'm not just saying it.
Sitting in his car.
I have found purpose. I'm saying it, guys. Thank you for appreciating what I do. Thank you for enjoying that, because it's honestly a good feeling to work on something people like and people just want to use. Jesus Christ, Beam Bam. Guys, thank you so much.
1163.
Thank you, guys. Beam Bam, thank you for the insane sub giveaway. And Miss Bearsa, thank you as well. Beam Bam, it's always nice to see you. Thank you so much. And Shaitan, thank you too. I have one more sentimental speech left, but we need to proceed. Thank you, guys. The pact is in a good state, doesn't need any help. Desperate Crusade. Unique item, Prism Guardian. Wait, we probably need to go to the different one. The pact. Okay, the pact is fine. T3. The last. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, Beam Bam, thank you so much once again. And guys, thank you all in general. Greatest actions. The vote, 1 second. Ezeron's reward, Desperate Crusade, Prism Guardian, GG fix the bug where you could weapon swap to Prism Guardian for free Divine Blessing might go down. Oof. I don't know. I think Prism Guardian is a good item and will be valuable at the start anyway. So we'll keep it at
I have returned.
I have returned.
I've returned. I've returned. I've returned and spurned and learned and learned and burned. I have returned.
I don't think that needs any kind of help. Road Eater, Starforge. That's fair. it's a timeless item. It is definitely buffed, maybe strong. It's timeless, so it's not in a terrible spot. Greatest intention, definitely buffed.
What did I miss? Could you imagine a parallel universe where Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly's cross paths to hit it off? Yes, I can actually. In fact, I think they already did.
In things here that I need to review.
With the amount of fame that Robert Kelly has, well, had, but well, has. Still, people are still bumping his music even after he's been convicted. I'm pretty sure that Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly met at some point. Maybe had a drink together. Because musicians do that all the time. More often than you think. If you live in places like Atlanta, you will see them very often. Especially when you go out to all the normal clubs. And if you go out to some of those underground clubs that I used to work at.
It goes up to early aspect of the Vortexic Rift. I think that is a fair assessment. Might be timeless at this point. No, might not. I don't want to give it timeless. But I think this early league, it's going to be good. The landing, beachhead, GG at the fraction orb. And it drops the Void Forge card. I think it's a good assessment. And it's stack of 5. Timeless it is. Journey Harbinger of produces beachhead. It's already into 3 and if the currency type doesn't need help. Garish Power produces a jewel. This is absolutely timeless. Large random pool. Currency type, no, large random pool. Large random pool, where is it? Where's the large random pool? No resolution. Oh, I'm an idiot. But definitely. And the Eye of the Dragon? The Eye of the Dragon is a corrupted jewel. The question is, does it produce a corrupted jewel or does it produce a jewel with a corrupted mod? In any case, I think I'm gonna give it the... I'm gonna leave it at that for now. No, let's go with Timeless. Let's see. Soul Taker. Soul Taker is the soul. It's a T3 and it's already hand load. I'm gonna give it a buff aspect there. Let's go. Primordial, Storm Perfected Primordial Jewel generated. Let's take a look at what it generates. It's in T3. I don't think it might need more help. That's definitely not T2. The line item. Line Eye Glare buff is part of the unique item buff. Okay. Line Eye Glare buff, but I'm gonna assume that Line Eye Glare also means doesn't it's also tiered differently, so you probably will not get Line Eye Glare out of that. We're gonna give it an early league aspect. I think this is gonna make it a little bit better. Divine Beauty. Okay, those are the new divination cards. We take those
my bottle was blocking my beauty.
The soul, we
had to move it.
Okay,
sorry, TikTok.
looks good. I think we are done here. Now let's review the early one. Aspect early divination cards. We're gonna go through every single early divination card and see if we need to do something about that. Sacrifice. The only thing we need to do about it is probably
Destiny's trending. Why is Destiny trending?
Timeless, so it really doesn't matter. Shortcut.
It is Destiny the game. They got a new dungeon.
This is the early league, but it's already in T2, so it doesn't give any help.
And also actual Destiny trending.
Dying Sun doesn't help in good state. Desperate Crusade already T2. Why am I looking at T2 cards? T2 cards don't need help. We really need to look only at T3 or lower cards. Bino's Kitchen Knife. Okay. Unexpected Price and line is going up. 6-link Regale is fine. Elegant Hubris is fine. Synthesis item. It's kind of weird. I really like that. Large random pool, but it's not timeless. And let's put something like Prevent Hiding on that. That's okay. Guardian Shield, Shaper Guardian map good at the start. Stone Perfected. Primordial Jewel at the start, definitely good. Larkamo Necrosis, it gives you a Corrupted Blood Jewel. You want that at the start. Enthusiast, Victorious Influence. Corrupted stacks. To
be honest, if that had happened to R. Kelly, most likely wouldn't have gotten in trouble. Black performers are not the smartest people when it comes to social media, let me just tell you that. Let me just tell you that.
I don't know, is it good? 100 Redeemer. Even is that? Such a long. Diamond Drink of Redemption, level 100 Redeemer item, 2 items. It is large random, it is early league. I think it's good. I would even put it into Timeless instead and remove that. I don't think it's particularly early league, it's just really good. Deep Bonds, Tidebreaker, always good at the start. Professor Putrid Cloister, always good at the start. Curse Words, More of Mischief. I think that's another early league item. More of Mischief is a potential build. Also, sorry for like talking non-stop, but I'm just trying to get through stuff at a high speed. If I'm missing out something, please just write it later on when I'll be checking the chat more actively. King's Heart. Calm's Heart. Okay. Not quite as good as before, but still alright at the start. Runic 100 weapon. Cannot see it as trash. I don't think anyone's gonna particularly farm it even at the start. I'm gonna just let it play out the way it usually plays out. Emperor of Purity, 6-link chainmail. Every 6-link is basically early league card. Chila item. Particularly, yes, okay. Terrible Secret of Space, Golem Jew, Soul Taker, Calm Sard. This is a little bit less. Well, it is Calm Sard. You actually want Calm Sard and Corrupted today, that's okay. And with Righteous Fire characters, at the start it's going to be popular. 6-link Harbinger Bow. Do Righteous Fire characters use Calm Sard later on? I mean, if you like take a look at Pox Guide. What do Righteous Fire characters use like in the late game? Is it still Righteous Fire, or what do they use? Or do they use something like a Vacant Armor with Reservation Body? Awakened, or what do they use? Breadstorm, really? Oh, Breadstorm is awesome. I just didn't expect Righteous Fire characters around that. Oh, but it's fire with maximum resistance, why not, right? Did you write your own app to add items? Yeah, I have an app to help me with the tiering. This thing has a whole bunch of code that basically says how every single item is tiered here. So you see this kind of code, this is the rules behind the tiering of unique items. Obviously, this is kind of abstracted down to readable form. All of these kind of reference to a lot of things, and this thing takes a pure ninja stuff, takes information that I compiled myself, takes filter information, takes some other stuff, takes base data, measures together, and produces a tier list that tries to be as accurate as possible. And in order to influence the tier list, so to tell that, for instance, this item is now more expensive due to meta changes, I have this list of aspects here that basically tells the PC, hey, this item got buffed, please treat it with more price or something like that. This is the basic idea behind the app.
Those cards aren't that valuable. What we want to see is what you did with the porcupine.
I recommend you to refresh like twice a week during the first 2 weeks, and then you can do it like in the once per week, and then maybe in the first month, and then just once every 2 or 3 weeks at most. But in the first week, there's like a lot of movement in the economy, and I might patch the filter a few times, and maybe there's some new discoveries, and there's also things I don't know. So maybe there's some things that I want to highlight because the community found out something cool. Starforge, Forbidden Shaco, Dying Sun. These are all good things. Outlet Quality Gem. Timeless save, early league save. Alone the Darkness, Delve item. I don't particularly see it very early league. Dreamland, Poor Joy's Asylum. It is good, but I don't think I want this to be early league. This is Texas of 8. Porto, yes. Tranquility, Vortex Crypt, absolutely. Pack Leader, Alpha Cell, absolutely. Chains and Bind, 6 body armor, Tabula Rasa. I think that's actually buffed. Tabula Rasa, Granite Flask, Vitaria's Influence. Magic item Primordial.
I don't see the Primordial being important.
What? Guys, thanks so much for the giveaway. Need to gonna go through the subs in a second. Let me finish this list. Nightmare Baskin Net. I don't see it as being quite as early league as before. I'm gonna remove that. Pandemonius, yes. Journey, Harbinger Orb, Beachhead, Whitespan, Elder Guardian map, Void Forge. Void Forge is like strong. Porcupine, 6-link, short bow. That is always good in the early league. Patch of Hands, Taste of Hate, Taurus Kit Elixir. Surprisingly expensive during the first days and falls down like crazy. Okay, I think we are done here. Let us read here again. I want to see Tranquility goes up to T2, Prism, Vortex Equip goes up to T2. Yeah, that looks good. So, okay, wonderful. Now we can see, for instance, after the tiering, you see the tiering change for many cards. For instance, now Starforge cards and the Voidforge cards are much more higher than before. Where's the Voidforge card?
Should not be taking this time to explain each of these to the people who are watching the live stream. He really needs to just speed through this, because the more time that he saves here, the more time that saves us here, because it's 3 hours and 30 minutes till release.
That's better. Good stuff. Do you decide whether unique or divination cards are in certain tiers by price? Do you have some kind of approximation drop ratings? I use prices with addition of certain special information such as drop changes, some other stuff. Alright, so one second. I think we are done with the early league divination cards. Check the rework ones, but we need to finish some stuff. So, two things. I need to ask you for a favor before I go AFK for a minute. Maybe like 5 minutes. On Filterblade, we've introduced a new feature called presets. And I think it's quite a while since we introduced it, but I think it's a very powerful feature. And I would ask you guys to take a look at the video that we published yesterday. We're gonna just live stream it. And I would ask you to see to give me some feedback after that. On top of that, I think the feature is super powerful. If you're using Filterblade a lot, you might enjoy it. So I'm gonna let it run instead of ads while I'm go AFK, grab some water, and we're gonna proceed in a minute. So let me pause the music. Please take a look at that. I'll be back. So if you don't want to watch it or don't use Filterblade, just go AFK for something. And I'll be back in 5 minutes. Be right back. Hey guys, Neversink here. Today I want to show you one of the most powerful and criminally underused features on Filterblade, presets. Now this video assumes that you know some of the basics of Filterblade already. If not, check out the descriptions for some useful tutorials on those. So why would you care about presets? Well, on Filterblade you might
the same reason everybody cares about presets.
Created your own set of tiering rules. You potentially want to reuse your creation in multiple filters, but also have paths that are different from filter to filter. Essentially, if you ever face the challenge to treat parts of your filter as some modular building blocks that you can add and remove, mix and match, presets are for you, and this video will teach you how to use them very efficiently. Let's take a look at some examples of what presets can do for you. Share a visual theme or a sound pack across all of your filters. Add a set of changes specifically designed for a custom league or to level a certain build. Apply changes to multiple of your filters at once and share these with your guild or friends. And finally, save time by editing a shared part of your filters in one place. So, what are presets exactly and how do they work? First of all, similar to your saved filters, presets only contain information about what part of the filter was manually explicitly changed, not the entire customized version of your filter. This makes merging them together much simpler. Presets are applied into the base filter, then your own changes are applied on top of that, overwriting preset changes if both added the same thing. But enough talking, let's create our own preset. You create your own preset the same way as you edit a filter in the customizer, just make some changes like you usually do on Filterblade. In this case we create a preset that colors maps by their map tier. Let's assume this is the appearance you want to use across all of our filters. Once you're done, you can create the preset. For that, we head to the My Filter screen and open the My Presets tab. Now, hit Save. Next comes the important part. We are going to attach your preset to a filter. Head to the My Filters tab and load a filter as you usually do on Filterblade. Now your filter is loaded, and if you head back to the My Presets tab, you can now apply the preset to the filter and you're done. Basically the preset is now glued to the filter as a layer above it. But it doesn't stop here. We can also apply multiple presets to one filter. In this case, we'll also apply a preset that hides all recipes and another one that applies custom destination card tiering. This way we can build our filter in a very modular fashion. Further, you don't have to create all of the presets yourself. You can use presets created by the members of community as well. For that, go to the Overview tab and click on the Presets button. The Official tab shows presets I created, and the Public tab contains all of the presets made by the community. There's a lot of awesome presets created by the community, such as sound packs, styles, strategies, and all kind of tiering rules.
Unfortunately, all the ones that get copied are all the ones made by streamers. Let's go.
By clicking Add and then Apply, the preset will be glued to our filter. This is the same procedure as we've done before in the My Presets tab. You can now go to Customize and view what changed and also fine-tune the changes done by the preset if you so desire. Let's talk about updating. How do you get the latest version of the preset? Well, this is as straightforward as possible. When you load your filter, you will receive the latest preset version automatically. No further action are required on your end. The same applies to the presets you created. Whenever you update a preset, this update will arrive in the filter next time you load them on FilterBlade. As a side note, if a preset that you are using gets deleted, your filter will keep using the most recent public version of it, so no need to worry about that. Let's talk about some advanced details. The filter strictness does not matter when creating a preset. However, some changes can only be done on certain strictnesses. For instance, you want a preset that focuses on showing otherwise hidden items, you might want to start on uber strict so that most rules are disabled by the strictness.
Glorious.
Also, a note regarding custom sounds. A preset does not include custom sound files. So if your preset adds any custom sounds, those need to be provided separately. A common practice is to add a link to the sound files in the preset description. I also frequently publish presets for special league settings such as Endless Delve or Endless Heist in the preset tab, so you can use those to prepare yourself for those races. If you have any questions, ask in the comments or check out our Discord. We have a great community for FilterBlade and PoE related questions. I wish you guys fat loot, a great day, and see you next time, guys. Bye.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was halfway understandable. Maybe you even learned a few things. We have been asked a lot to explain how presets work, so yeah, I hope you guys find the feature useful. Before we proceed, let me quickly go through the subs
that's
again.
fucked up, Sarah.
Miss Merza,
I don't know when you posted. That's fucked up.
Marty, Antis, Hoodoo, PSU, Negative Noodle,
Oh lord.
Grandpa John Gaming, whatever, Kalana and Obliterate. Guys, thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. Your support is much appreciated. Let's proceed. Yeah, you guys are awesome, but I need to proceed.
Lord.
Alright, so what did we need to do?
Glued to my chair for hours on end.
So there's only 2 tierings adjusted. I don't think we need to adjust anything else, with potentially one exception. So I'm gonna go to the currency tiering, and I'm not even sure if it works 100% correctly, but there's the tainted orb of using, and I'm gonna give it an early league aspect now, and we're gonna see what happens if you run that. Not much, but it goes up to chaos tier, which is sufficient for me. That's good enough. And it is at the chaos bottom. Alright, so good stuff. Alright, so let me commit these. So this is the tiering for the... Oh my god, these are all the changes for the unique tiering. 320 tiering. So these are just the aspect files. This is not the filter itself. And now comes the magic buttons. So first I'm gonna restart it once again. But before we do that, I'm gonna remove some of the unique annoyance there.
Oh,
I don't
he's
think
still
we
going.
need 1 second. Unique filtering.
Pain!
I think they're working decently now. This one can be removed. And this one as well. Let's start up. So what exactly am I doing now? Now we are building the filter. We are building the filter, but we are building the filter with the previous tierings. Alright, so this creates all the tiering files. This creates all of the tiering suggestions. So you see the changes tell what exactly is suggested by the tool to be changed. Now we apply the tiering, and now all of the suggestions are applied. Now we save the tiering. This technically creates a file with all of the retiered items. Now, next up, we're gonna generate all of the filters. This script runs through all of the compilation files and creates all of the strictnesses, all of the styles, and everything that is necessary. We are not done yet, but this is definitely helping out to have a kind of this mid state. Okay, next up, we're gonna go open the filter blade repository, and I'm gonna just push these filter blade things. But before that, I'm gonna pull the changes done by Topnak, because Topnak has been working on filter blade in between. So you can see these are all of the echo changes. Topnak, I'm gonna push the economy changed filters, and there's also a new section for the jewels. Can you integrate that, please? Okay, good. We can also take a look if this works, and we can do it live. So since I have this local filter blade simulation running, if we can actually check out if it works. We can go to customize. How was the... For instance, you can take a look, the void which is produced by the endless darkness, right? So we can now, for instance, search for the endless darkness here. And there we see it's now in T2. So the current filtering is already applied. So all of the things, all of the tiering has been updated. If we go into uniques, we can see there's this new section called early leak uniques where all of the new uniques are ending up. So all of the early leak uniques end up. I think that looks quite good. Petition to change filter blade to filter beard. I think this is the best suggestion ever. But yeah, I accidentally filtered my beard today. Right, so let's proceed. 1 second.
Come on, man. How much more do you need to do? How much more do you need to do? Just push the shit! Just push it! Oh my god!
Alright. Let's proceed. Totally unimportant things.
Oh god.
Right, where were we?
Doing all this extra tedious shit just to show off on the stream. Just push the shit, man!
We've done the commits. That's fine.
He's killing me! He's killing me hard! Also, thank you for the likes. Holy shit, I didn't even notice that we went up from that. We went from 21 likes to 630 likes.
Okay,
God damn. Clap and a half, everybody.
Implement new uniques.
Good outs to y'all. Uh...
320 Infos Mega Thread. We implemented most of these already.
gotta love the big bubba. Yes, you have to love the big bubba, just especially when you chew on it.
And if it's not, it's a T3 boss. Okay, we don't need to do anything there because it's already shown as a boss drop. What else do we have here?
Also, I'm thinking about that.
Those are the boots, right?
I need to drop this.
Sure. Uber Exa. What kind of? That's a terrible list. Then Genesis.
Pull up with text message on me. Let's see what I gotta do to log into
wait, it's Amethyst Flask, right? Amethyst Flask, hideable early league. Okay, why is that? No, prevent hiding. Definitely prevent hiding to prevent this from ever ending up in something else. Same for Aurea's End. This is Abysmal's Flask. The Abysmal Flask is in early league handled. We're gonna slap a prevent hiding on top of that. Just a rational doctrine. Consecrated ground around your stationary strength is your highest attribute. 25% chance to create profane ground on critical strike if intelligence is your highest attribute. What exactly is profane ground again? Resistances increases chance to be critically hit. I hope it only applies to enemies, right? I'm gonna assume it does. But I think that's on critical strike chance. Okay, so it's really good. So ideally you want strength and intelligence to be the same, so it's like really good for different builds. It is definitely a rare drop. But we already implemented it. Is a Jew, so we don't need to do anything else there. So Ascension, what is this? Hello? Oh, it's this thing. Wait. Wasn't it implemented last league? Wasn't this implemented last league? It was. Huh? I'm confused. Oh, it's a pinnacle unique. Oh, it's both leagues. Okay. Entropic Devastations is Assassin Smith. It's a bit weird. I think it's a really good item. Oh, it already has an early league aspect. That's okay. So it doesn't need any help. Glorious. Because I'm pretty sure I've implemented these. Yeah, it already has some. Fine. Oh, good.
Oh, Game Awards.
There's Anathema and Eternal Damnation. Eternal Damnation is an Agate Amulet. This is weird. It's really powerful. I think it's a first good Agate Amulet that we have. I'm gonna slap a Prevent Hiding on top of that just in case I need to... Fire Song. Ignite duration applies to elemental. Oh yeah, these are the three. So we have Fire Song and Storm Shroud. Maybe there's also a cold one. These are both pretty insane. And there's also Witchbane. When you kill an enemy. Oh yeah, this one. This is quite nice. We talked about these. So all of these are now finished. We still need to implement the new divination cards. Alright, so this is fine. Divination cards, right? Divination cards. So we know of 3 divination cards. In case you're wondering what happens with the other divination cards, Also, sorry for the coughing. I had some annoying flu some weeks ago, and it's still coughing about that. Quite annoyed about that, to be honest. But still. Divination cards. You have these unknown cards. This is how they look. They look a little bit different from normal divination cards. I don't think they need any more highlight. So yeah, we don't know all of them, but we know some of them. Of course, they are shown on all sections, so you don't have to be very worried about that.
Come on, man. You're killing me. Never think you're killing me. This is another 20 minutes, man.
So
you only have another 3 hours to deal with this.
I think my Chrome windows are somehow multiplying. Because in 3 hours, guys, that's a bit early, but we'll be good in time. Don't worry, everything will be done. Everything will be done. Don't worry, guys.
We will worry.
You know,
we will extremely worry.
Time is at this point my specialty. While working 3 weeks before. Insane Cat, Mage Blood. I really hate this card.
Cleave can only work in axes and swords.
I mean, yeah, it's not really creative. It's not really interesting. We have pretty much the same card already. You just... It might affect the meta in an interesting way, but... That's okay. Not really hate it, but, you know, kind of... This is what you get if you opt for... But it's going to T1, right? We don't really need to discuss where it goes.
Axes, axes.
But it has a cat there, so I can't...
At Zeri's disfavor.
Definitely makes it better.
Additional physical. Chance to bleed.
Does just make it interesting.
This is part of the changes, right?
Auspicious Ambitions. I don't know. So it's experimented item, double influence item level 100. It is interesting.
Kataba's Feast.
But I don't think it will be particularly good. Because while an experimented item of item level 100
might be good with Kataba's Feast on an axe. We'll have to see.
You usually want something very specific on that. So just slapping 2 random influences on top of that is usually not that. In fact, I think it's gonna make it worse because it kind of increases the row amount. This double influence is, yeah, I agree. If it would be just be experiment, it would be better. Or if it would be 1 influence, or maybe if it would be fractured or something like that. So, while cool, I think it's the best AT3 card. I don't think there's much of interest.
See here, this is an attack AoE physical vol duration with melee.
Yeah, no one's.
Yeah,
it's really weird. It's gonna produce occasionally. It's gonna produce
recover 5
really
life on
expensive,
kill.
but it's so rare. I don't think it's really amazing. Divine Beauty
so,
is.
At Zeri's disfavor is an item.
I mean,
Kataba's
it's not
Feast
terrible,
is an
right?
item.
But it is very much like it kind of suffers from the same problem as
Ulmzol's Brace
Insane
is an
Cat.
item.
Divine Beauty is pretty much the same as our Separate card. It basically gives something that already exists. Depends on where it drops. I hope maybe it drops from goddess bosses, like maybe Orchard or something.
That's not.
But if it drops, it is a T1 card. It is close enough to be in divine range by dropping
the single wield one's not good.
Card.
So swords.
It's quite good. Alright, so we are done with the divination cards. We are done with the divination cards. Changelog, New League, done.
Void Forge.
Review changes. In terms of speed, we are skipping any kind of change review. Check strictnesses on all new rules. Yeah, we need to do that. Let's quickly go through all the new rules and check their strictnesses. So first thing I need to go through are the relic rules. The relic rules are not hidden on any strictness, that is fine. Then we have the leveling rules, leveling jewel rules. Leveling jewels are
Rallying
hidden
Cry.
or strict. I think this is fine as well. What else do we need to do? What else are there were leveling stack rules. I'm pretty sure I know how they're tiered. I wanted to check the jewel rules. Unique items. Here we go.
Can only drop two Uber Elder.
23, no sections. I think it's fine. I've been checking those out multiple times. In favor of time, we're gonna be okay with that. If there's anything important, I'm gonna hotfix that. That is fine. Adjust changelog. Gonna do it very quickly. Worked. Review.
So there's Star Forge, and then there's Void Forge.
And divination cards.
Replica Auros,
unique in mind. Mochi, calm down. Can you hear Mochi?
Dancing Duo,
okay, we need 1 second, I'm sorry. We need 1
Dervish,
second Mochi time. She's very sad.
Terminus Est.
Just 1 minute of Mochi time before we proceed.
There's Madness.
So my girlfriend went out. She wanted to go for a walk, and every time she walks out of the house, he gets very sad and starts mewing and brings some sort of toy and mews with the toy in his mouth, and he demands attention so that someone takes care of him. So yeah, it is Mochi time.
Gain Frenzy of Attack ignites, gain Endurance
He's
of
an
Attack
adorable
freezes.
cat.
I'm not sure which one I'd care about using in a sword build.
If he would be
but
a PvE
I'm
player,
definitely
sure
looking at Void Forge for Cleave.
He's very adorable.
Definitely looking at Void Forge for Cleave. I don't think I'm gonna league start with the Cleave
But
though.
sorry, Mochi, we need to proceed. Wanna go? Alright, so. Let's proceed. I'm sorry, I'm not going over the subs right now. Later on, I wanna kinda crank up the speeds here. So what to do? Adjust changelog, commit state. Before we commit the state, let us rebuild everything again. So that means we need to restart the application. Go here.
Requires an axe, mace, scepter, or staff. Frozen Legion is going to require axe, maces, scepters, or staves.
Mochi needs energy. He's very set outside.
Not exactly cool about that.
Here, apply, change, build. I'm so glad I've done this automation, guys. This automation saves me so much time. If I would be doing this manually, I would need like a whole workshop with like 500 people manually adjusting it, because there's so many files, so many adjustments, so many manual changes. Automation is magnificent, guys. Alright, so once again going on Filter Blade Live to check it out. Whole bunch of tiering adjustments again. More tiering. Let's go with that. Let's check it out. We have a Filter Blade Live instance going on here. This is the local instance. So first of all, unique items. There's this new unique jewel instance. Top Duck, where's the unique corrupted jewels? Is it here? Probably somewhere down there, right? Misc items.
3 hours away now. Lord help.
I think that you can. Yeah, fair enough. You have the search bar.
In case you couldn't tell, got quite a
Okay,
mouth.
good stuff. Let's take
I know,
divination
Sarah.
Cards. Divination cards are
Automation is a hell of a drug.
all done.
Automation is a hell of a drug.
Over. Yeah, good. Next up, review to dos. What am I what? No. Test on alpha. Test on alpha. How do we do that? Oh no, my screen suddenly went off. Could it be due to the And no, guys, I don't know what happened to the screen. Just give me a second. It is definitely not related to the NDA on the alpha telling that your account will be banned if you stream that. Absolutely unrelated. There are no tractors in the picture. God damn it, what do we have to select? Alright. Okay, seems to be loading. Can we drop something somewhere, please? Okay, looks good. Oh, look, the screen is working again. It's a miracle. Alright, so, it works. Giveaway. Giveaway later, guys. Sorry, time is low. Giveaway later. We'll be doing the giveaway during the live deployment. Okay, next adjustments. A vial power divination card has been re-enabled and is okay in Doom Pledge. This is manual adjustments. So we need to open this file. Vial power. Where the hell is that? Vial power. Vial power needs to go from T3 to T4.
I'm starting to get annoyed just sitting here. I'm opening Peglin.
Is in T4, needs to go from
Hello,
T4
struggler.
to T3.
What's good? We are waiting for Neversink to finish the filters.
Needs to go from T4
And I've sat here long
to
enough
T3.
doing nothing,
These
so now I'm
cards
opening
won't hit correctly
Peglin.
because they have no economy data attached because they don't drop. The note in the wind was quite good if I remember correctly. A note in the wind. I think this is now Asuna's helmet or something. Asuna's mark. Yeah, that's okay. It's T3, that's fair, doesn't get any help. Mad King divination card. Mad King is now dropping. Oh god. No, help. No! Where is it? Now drops Ultimatum aspect. I really like this card. I think it's a
Didn't I
very,
have a
very
game
cool
filter on
change.
this setting?
So this is absolutely going at least
Not.
T3 because some of them are worthless.
I want to fix that.
The Mad King will make itself cheaper because more of these exist. The last one standing. T3, this needs to go up. To at the very least T2. The World Eater is in T2 already, and the Endless Darkness is in T2, and that's fine. Okay, stuff is done. Build filter, build usage information. Okay, rep.
Have I tracked out Gates yet? I have not.
I've done that
first
already,
off, I
so
think
that
it's not
doesn't look
pronounced
happening
Gates,
right
it's
now,
actually
but I would
pronounced
like to
Gates.
look a little bit more
I
into
haven't.
Rabbit Tearing. This is probably some of the last longer phases that we need to get the update done.
As with anything that I choose to not watch for a while, I try to watch it towards its ending, if I don't watch it on the first part. I've just been too absorbed in my job to be able to watch other things, unfortunately. That Game Capture 2 is up there. Why is it all the way up there? Hello? Oh, need 2 copies of that.
Okay, we're gonna use this boat to quickly build that. I need some information from you guys. First of all, do you want to chant something? Do you want to chant any item? Tell me if you want to chant something. We're gonna quickly adjust it, and we're gonna make multiple sections here and quickly work through that. If you're gonna chant something, okay. Gull is fair. Perseverance is definitely there already. Chevrons, Squire, Mage Blood already there. Headhunter, Vortexic Craft is definitely Vortexic is not there. We can add that. Heat Shiver? I don't think Heat Shiver is gonna be. I'm not even sure if. Let's add it. Asanas. Lion Eyes Glare. Oh, crap.
God damn it.
Aegis is definitely there already. Darkscorn. Darkscorn? Really? Darkscorn?
Really? Okay.
Darkscorn, Redstone. Gloomfang. Can it be chance? I think it can be chance. You can't chance jewels. You can't chance jewels anymore, guys. Guardian don't know. Dorian Spotify, we already have that. No, chancing is no longer working on jewels. You can also use mythic orbs on them. Soul Taker. Okay. No, you can't chance ashes. Alright, so this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Next section. I need one more section before I proceed. What weapon type is your... Are you... Okay. What rare weapon are you looking out for? This is specifically for rare weapons. If you don't care about the rare weapons, please
I'm
just
looking
ignore
for
them.
try.
So,
I'm looking for try damage. That's what I'm looking for, sir.
Claws, caster, wands, attack wands, minion wands, shield as a weapon, shield as a offhand, not adding quivers for obvious reason, bows, attack speed, attack speed, elemental, bows, fizz, bleed, bows, levels, caster wands, scepters, rune daggers. We had no typos, guys. War staves, caster staves, one-handed swords, two-handed swords, two-handed maces, two-handed axes, one-handed axes, one-handed maces. Did I forget something? Unarmed. Claws is up there. I think we're doing well. If we forgot something, it can't be too important. There's some weapon type just crying there in the corner.
Claws.
Thrusting weapons, one-handed sword, or okay. Thrusting, one-handed
Claws and foils
sword,
mostly.
Fine. Next up, final section that I need from you guys. What kind of rare armor? What kind of armor types are you planning around?
Good
and
ones.
Here we go. Here we have armor, armor evasion, armor energy shield, energy shield, evasion, energy shield, and evasion itself. I don't care if you use some sort of special triple armor stuff. Maybe we'll add one more question really quickly. What kind of weapon configuration do you use? That is basically handed, bows, one-handed shield, dual wield, melee, dual wield, wands, unarmed shield, poison concoction, explosive concoction, and then shield attack. Did I forget something? I don't think so. If there's something exotic I forgot, I don't really care. One hand shield is okay. I'm no, you know what? One hand melee shield, one hand caster shield, one shield. You know what? Two-handed bows. There we go.
I did not mean to throw that like that.
Alright, why Staffcaster? Fine, Staffcaster is the artist as well. Good. Okay, now I need, while we work on some other things, guys, I need your looting and chanting preferences, sweet idea. I would definitely super appreciate if you can help me out with that, guys. This is super useful for me to make some of the next changes. Please help me out. This is the link.
This unblockable's gonna hurt real bad.
Alright, so in the meantime, we're gonna finish up some of the other things. I think this is fair. Paste again, here you go. What else do we need? I think we are mostly done. I mean, we only need to finish these steerings. Everything else is looking quite good. That's fine. These other notes I can't do without.
Self-damage increases by 5, increases by 6.
Okay.
It's not worth another upgrade.
So we basically can.
This is.
Where's that? Where's this? Where's my to-do list? Here's a few more, guys. A few more times, please check. Take care of the formula. We're nearly done here. Filter version is fine. Let's start with the commits meanwhile, because these are pretty much done as well. Filter version Z. This is Necros. Terrible commit name right now. Item aspects are these committed. We also need to commit the filter for the Z aspect. There we go. Unique to Guys, the filter, everything will be available with
You should die here.
2 hours before the launch. Don't worry, I just want to give you more time, so I'm really rushing everything I can. Merge back all branches. This is still needs to be done once more, but that's later. Alright, so...
No. 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 Hard skip.
Okay, let's take a look at the formula, right? 360 answers, guys. Thank you so much for that. Alright, so we have our answers on the chancing list. Mage Blast, Headhunter is going to be the top chancing with Aegis Aurora and going to be next. Most people are going to be running Caster Wand with Shield as an offhand. There are going to be a lot of bows and scepters, so it's going to be a fairly castery meta according to you guys. I'm not sure if you are representing a minority or majority when it comes to that, but that doesn't matter too much. So we have a big focus on armor evasion once again. And we have a big focus on one-handed one's configuration with one-handed melee shield being the second one. And there's also kind of a lot of casters. Okay, that is very useful answers. We're gonna reconfigure the base matrix in a second based on that. So we're gonna start with these. So we have Aegis Aurora, Headhunter, Wire being as the chance list. Let's quickly do that. That is a very quick adjustment. Don't have a tool for that.
Why would you guys be starting out with fucking chancing
So
for
we have
Headhunter?
Top 3 out there in Champion Kaiju. It's pretty much exactly the same as it is right now. So your pole is basically represented perfectly. There's no large. We might introduce Cold Iron Point because it's quite a lot as well. So that is an Azumite dagger. Right. So next up, we have the application up and running. I do want to start it very quickly, so just to get things up there quick.
GG.
Okay, so item info, base type matrix. This is the point where we want to be. So first of all, we have the armor evasion. Armor evasion needs to be a little bit more dominant. With the amount of people who want to use that, we're gonna improve the amount of things that is highlighted here a tiny bit. We're gonna add some more items onto the list. That means basically we're gonna expand this list down a little bit on all scales, making it that means you'll be seeing a few more armor evasion items with so many items being picked off by the formula. Next up, let's take a look at I've already marked the best items, so this is just expanding this list. Okay, next up. So the second one being armor, energy shield, and armor with evasion and going down in use. That's fair. Let's take a look at the armor evasion pool. The armor energy shield pool. This one is kind of a little bit underrepresented right now. So we're gonna do give them some love as well here.
Take 2 of my stones? Absolutely.
And armor as well. Armor is in a good spot. I don't think it needs any help, but evasion might go down a little bit here. So we're gonna decrease the number of evasion items a tiny bit. Okay, the rest should be okay. I don't think there was much change about the other meters. Let's take a look at the ones are still the most underrepresented item, but there's a lot more melee going on. And the majority of melee going on seems to be, I have honestly no idea, probably close, right? So I assume it's still gonna be close. And close is still the overrepresented section here. Daggers are most only used, so it's really just for daggers, right? I think daggers are somewhat underrepresented right now. If you take a look, there's really nothing. So what are the best daggers that are out there?
I'm dead.
I know daggers are not too popular, but if you're looking for a claw alternative, what dagger would you use? The best.
If I had to use a dagger, consuming dark fire skills.
Not rune dagger. Gonna give it a T2.
What other dagger is there to use, my guy? Daggers suck! What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Don't think. Honestly, I think people misunderstood this section. I don't see that. I think pretty much most of that is still gonna be close. Close is definitely the main section here. I think clothes are very decently represented here. Don't think anyone's gonna run dagger as a weapon. I really don't see it.
No shit! So why'd you ask that question?
And rune daggers are properly represented. So as you see, bows. Do you think the bow tierings okay? Currently, the blue bows are the best marked one. Then come the green ones, and come the yellow one. Do you think the bow part needs to change? Nice beard. Yeah, it's like a dagger into my wounds. Bows look good. Yeah, I think not much is changing there. That's fine. Fine, safe steering. That's good. Right. Okay, I never heard about bone bows being used. Can someone confirm that bone bows are used for anything?
Placeholders.
For custom crate? Okay, I'm gonna slap it in here. You can confirm, okay, CDR, fine. Grooves already used, that's fine. Okay, let's do it like that, fine. Let's save this up and
Can I take an early elite with just a crit ball?
Apply.
It is if this one. I can if it's this one.
Recreate everything. Okay, I'm adding them to the low tier. I'm adding it to the low tier, but not to a high tier. So I think that is fair. So ideally I would like to spend a little bit more time on this part, but I missed the part that the league starts earlier, and I had to do a little bit more work than expected today. So league started later as well. But that's okay, we're still getting through quite well now. How to fix everything later on. If something comes to mind, so steering is done. Changelog, new league view. Okay, final test and alpha. Let's test it out again. Wait.
Nice.
Alright, so that's perfectly fine. Checking out everything. Do you think we need a warning or chanting based about you? Yes, no, but please include the warning. That's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna test the filter again. So this is pretty much the final version.
Hooray! Get on with it.
I don't see maces being... Pile Driver is in the same tier as all other maces, but I don't see maces being very popular right now. You can actually take a look at the poll right now. So, two-handed maces are very underrepresented, and two-handed axes are being somewhat represented. In fact, let's take a look at two-handed axes. Do they have at least some representation? I'm gonna give them a little bit more representation. I think WoW X was usually the best X out there because it was the slowest for maces. Gonna also avoid X there. Ezra for the speed. Harry is also... We're gonna do that thing. There we go. That's okay for me. You can adjust it in filter blade if you want.
Here.
Not adding... Yeah, you can adjust it on filter blade, guys. I can't make any tiering. I need... It's definitely my fault, and you definitely need to take more time to think about rares.
Extremely valuable bounce.
Just for that. No, I'm not ignoring melee players. Melee players do get some love. But
no, they don't. They get put out to dry to pasture. All spell characters leave them behind in itemization. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. Don't give these people hope.
I mean, why not? We can definitely add one weapon. Not mace, definitely. Sword, trusting sword to have it. That's fine. Right, let's proceed. Okay, next up, final test on Alpha, guys. This might... Oh no. Wow, guys, why is my screen going off always when I'm trying to leak you all the Alpha secrets?
This might actually be the take Crypt Fleece. This might actually be the play here. Bramble does get overflow.
Okay. It loads, it looks good.
It's level 3. Toggers.
Okay. Perfect. So, let's commit that. That basically means we need to commit that on the this is basically these. Knock, check it out. And if everything looks good, I think this is already beta ripe. Commit to the precursors.
Buggers. Full pierce. Full critical effect. And we'll take another spear pierce for our troubles. Shit.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
Well, this isn't that bad.
Please ignore my rising anxiety levels.
Spinning is not that bad.
Merge back all branches. Alright, so I think
You have to grind your face off in D2?
Top duck.
Really? You're playing Diablo 2, not Path of Exile? That's wild.
Alright, so 320 needs to go back to master. No. Please don't. Merge.
This is gonna have some nice synergy.
Alright, looks fine. Master's updated. Next up, update stuff. Okay, so we're going back to the master branch here. Merge back. And next up, we're going back to the machine.
Nice.
I receive snacks.
Unexpected chop.
Okay, all of that
Fuck.
is merged back.
Well, actually, it's not that bad. Synergize that with Fleece.
This is fine. So it is committed to
Grabby
master. That
hands.
means my DevOps pipelines have to run right now. That means the automation runs right now. Let me take a look. Also, sorry, I'm completely ignoring all of the bits and subscriptions right now. So this is an automation pipeline that builds the tool into a cloud-based form that basically updates all of the filters every 4 hours and runs all of the auto-updating stuff. So this is currently built on the DevOps servers. Please don't crash, I don't have time for you crashing.
That's unfortunate. I might die here off that.
Just fucking voice.
Yeah, no, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's just the logs, but doesn't actually kill the users with, right?
I don't think I kill him easy.
By the way, this is Topnuk. Topnuk is pretty much my right hand and the
Echo for effect.
One of the three developers behind Filterblade, the other one being Haggis and me. And he has done a lot of work on Filterblade. In fact, pretty much 99% of the UI is done with him, and most of the backend logic is done with him. So yeah, okay, Topnuk. Okay, this is done. Deployment is done. Thanks God it's green. Okay, now
I need healing badly.
I'm gonna start running the auto update, okay? Not the auto update, the generator. Alright, so this is now I'm generating all of the filters. So we are gonna run this on the softcore part. Please not crashy. It might crash soon. It's like super unstable at the leak launch because the server is constantly down and this is normal that it crashes.
No. Yeah, we are using lambda functions in order to keep the filter updated. Okay, maybe I'll talk a little bit about what we see right now. Basically, the filter works in the way now. I'm doing this slow work right now, right? But the economy is going to change soon. So how exactly do the filters get updated? Well, what I'm doing right now runs in the cloud every 4 hours, grabs my Ninja data, grabs the data you just saw me adjust, grabs my code, and creates new filters out of that. The new filters are then deployed to the filter ladder and then deployed to Filterblade. And you basically get all of these updates. Question is, you might have the question, when do you get the updates? Oh yeah, nice, it worked. Test. So, when do you get the updates? I might dead ass just unironically take a nap on him if he's just going on like this. You gotta drop this shit within the fucking next 2 hours, bro.
Next time you go to Filterblade, load the save, and then export. Then you get an update. There's also the option of receiving auto updates. You also don't need to install anything.
Oh, he meant Destiny too.
Auto updates use our servers.
I'm stupid.
Basically, it means every 4 hours we need to take your Filterblade, merge it back with all the economy data, merge it back with all of your style and custom changes, and then screw it over to your account directly. You can read about that if you want. It is the auto update command. It's also an awesome way to support us at the same time receive something back. So thank you all for the support and thank you all for the Filterblade supporters. This money is then used to fund Filterblade development, and then whatever remains is shared across the Filterblade team. But yeah, also, this is definitely, you can also do it just by going to Filterblade and clicking quick save and you get the same effect, so you definitely don't need to subscribe or anything. The my filter step, these ones get updated if you just subscribe to them. So you don't need to pay anything, these are auto updated, you just when you restart the game. Do know that at the start of the league they are sometimes unstable, so I personally recommend you to download a filter and not just use subscribe filter as a start, or at least to refresh them a few times. Definitely look at the version. So these ones are updated, and why does this look weird? This looks weird, doesn't it? This does look weird. What version is that? This is the old version. That doesn't look correct. Maybe the servers were down back then? Let's take a look at that. 883. No, that doesn't look correctly either. 8.9. This one is updated. So some of them were updated, some of them not. Okay, I'm gonna do it the best developer thing ever. I'm gonna run it again. I think the servers were down for a second, so I'm running this again while we are working on the beta. Any way to make sure our updated filters aren't bricked before the leak starts? Yes. Go to filter blade and go to save and download and just check out this screen. The screen at the save
Still
and
not updated.
it checks for errors. If there's any errors, it will tell you. It doesn't. It's basically very reliable. Second.
What are we watching? We are watching the designer of the Filter Blade website and his team
Right. So let's
finish
check out if it
the
works.
filter that is going to be used for the ability for us
Also, why is the site not
to,
live yet?
yes, of
And I'm,
course,
I'm
I
there
changed
because
the
it's not
other screen.
updated yet. We're still
To
working on the update.
play Path of
What
Exile
we're using right now
as we
is
wait
not the
for the
new
Forbidden
version,
Sanctum
it's the
update to drop
updated version, and we
in
have
2
to
hours,
update.
24 minutes, and 15
How
seconds.
does that look?
The Sanctum!
Does this run? It claims it has run.
The follow back on Twitter is completely dependent
Okay,
upon
this is
whether or not I
8.9.
remember
This
to
is
do it.
working now. Okay, submit. I think it's the same bug as usual that I need to go into every single field and click on submit. I'm not sure why this is happening, but yeah, I just need to do it, click it through once. It's very annoying. But I mean, if it fixes it,
He's
this
taking
is
so much.
14 clicks
He's
a
taking
day.
so much extra
No,
time. I'm probably gonna get a 2-hour cat nap
28 clicks.
because I know you guys are not
So-
interested in just watching and waiting for nothing, and I have nothing planned between then and then.
No, it doesn't work. Why? What's the error?
Ah, fucking
But
Christ!
320.
You should have had this shit done a day before, man. They dropped this shit
Why not?
4 fucking days ago. How did it take you guys this fucking long of a week
May have
with
errors
extra
maybe?
fucking work after this? God damn! I'll be back
Why?
with
why would
people,
you claim that?
hopefully.